Ladies, let's get it. The link is in the chat. Ladies, let's get it. I had to go out there and get my equipment. I'm going to be pumping the swelling out of my legs with my Normatec. I want to give you ladies as much time as possible. So come on in, ladies. Hit this link. And let's have the conversation. Hold on, let me get my little setup here. Let me get my little setup. Time to drink. Let me get my little setup. Oh. This live about to be crazy. Let's hope not. It might not be crazy. Let's pillar of the community. It might not be crazy, man. We might. I got some things Queen Regina want me to show as well. Yeah, it might be a cool little live, y'all. Don't be like that. I'm optimistic. I'm torn. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's the excitement of it. That's the beauty of it. Is the unknown. Hey, maybe people don't participate, you know. Maybe people say, you know what? I'm not about to do no all-woman panel because I don't like to be called out. And hopefully the women don't call each other out in a way that they can't build, which I don't think they will. Let's see, somebody just called. Memphis. I don't know who this is, Jack. I'm going to go check and see who's blocked. Here we are, all alone, you and me, privacy. We got a night, girl, you know. She don't want, huh? That's Jai calling. Lead with respect. Oh, yeah. Please do. The link is in the chat. If any of you ladies are ready to come up, the link is definitely in the chat. Let me zip my leg zip. Damn D say he got his popcorn ready. Damn D, you think anybody coming up? You think anybody coming up? Oh, all right, ladies, don't be shy. I'm studying herb. Pin the link. Man, listen. They don't let me do nothing no more, Jack. I'm Stephen A in the middle because I gotta be in between these ladies. Let me see if I can pin the link. If I can do anything. Where is the link at? Nope. I'll just have to keep putting the link up there. Love Place, what is up?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You kind of low. I wonder if I need to turn my computer up.
No. I'm in the car and I'm driving, right? I was saying I needed about 10 more minutes and I was letting the ladies know, come on up, get it started. Give me about 10 minutes to get settled and then I'll be settled and I can come up and join into the conversation. So, you know, I'm not blocked, am I, Kwame?
I don't see you backstage. I'm looking.
Am I blocked? Am I blocked, Kwame?
No, you are. I'm gonna unblock everybody.
I'm
But
teasing.
I don't see Miss La Love in the back.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Paste. I'm gonna just happen to keep pasting this link,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go in the back and see if anybody. Not in the back. I'm gonna go and see if anybody's blocked
Okay.
in the studio. Yeah, cause y'all need to get this thing started.
Yeah. I apologize for being late. I just need about 5 more minutes and I'll be at the house.
Oh no, you good.
Okay.
Ain't no ladies up here yet.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
It's just you. I'm going to the back to see if anybody blocked, so they can't say that. Oh, I tried to hit the link.
All right.
Oh, we got a lot of blocked people again.
Okay.
Let me see.
While you handling that, Kwame, give me about, like I said, about 5 minutes. I'll be at the house and I'll be settled. Okay. And then I'll come right back.
Okay, come on with it.
Thank you, sir.
All
Let's go.
righty.
Come on, ladies. Let's go. It's overtime for the conversation. So let's come on. Let's have it. Let's be respectful. Let's be mindful of the time limit for the conversation, muting our mics. No matter how spicy it gets, we got this. I'm not worried at all. We're women. We're mature grown women, right? We're respect for one another, respect for ourselves. So I'm not worried about the conversation. It's going to be great no matter how it goes. So let's go, ladies. We
Well,
ready?
I'm worried about the ones that didn't get the rub on it, rubbing on it, rub on it.
Rub it on that. Kwame, don't start that.
I'm just worried about those ones.
Nah, they okay too. Even the ones that didn't get no rub on, they all right too. Yeah,
Okay, I'll
yeah.
let you watch the ones that didn't get the rub on, rubbing on
What I'm gonna be watching though? I don't want to look. Hey, no.
it. I can't pin the link. I don't know why. I got it on my phone. I've been trying to pin the link. So I'm just gonna keep dropping the link. Hopefully you can see the link.
Oh, that's Kwame. That's
How
the
about that?
that's the most high talking. If ain't nobody else gonna hit the link but me, and you having trouble with the stream, that's the most high talking. We might need to change the subject. I mean, if we not ready, ladies, if we are not ready to have the conversation in a respectful, peaceful manner, because the world is watching. So we're not here for a show. We're here to get some conversation started in a respectful manner. We're here to bring understanding to behavior and what the solution is. So let's all make sure respectfully, we can get a message across and a solution. All
He
right.
talking
So
about KB just high. No, I'm about to get high. I ain't just high.
man,
But no, man, I really don't understand what's going on with my situation here. I need to get a tech person to look at it. Um, I done erased all my cookies, so trying to figure out what's going on. But no, I can't pin a link. People lost their mod sticks. Is people getting double charged? I don't know what's going on with YouTube.
it's the most high talking.
Well, come on back, and I'll let you back up when you get here.
I'm scared now.
No, don't be scared. It'll be some people coming in. It's just some people slow to get in. I'll get them crunk in a minute. I'll tell some jokes. I'll call some people out. I'll get some people up here.
No, I'm saying I might not be able to get back in if it's not
Oh
working.
no, you'll be able to get back in. All you gotta do is text.
Well,
Or
uh,
just mute your mic till you get home. You can get back in. I'll leave you up there.
okay, that's what's up. I didn't think
Yeah,
about
you stay right there.
that. Thank you.
Y'all get to look right in Lovelace's eye and
Hey,
just picture her talking in her dude voice, not the girl voice, the dude voice.
that part. What y'all need? I'm with it.
All
Hey,
right, I see you in the back now.
hey, Kwame, my mom called me. My mom called me. He gave me a nickname for my daughter. It was hilarious. The
Oh,
man.
you got to turn the back. Let me mute your mic. You got to turn your YouTube off in the background. Miss Lala Love, it's your YouTube in the background again. You got YouTube going and you got StreamYards. It's going to echo.
Okay, do you hear it now? I turned it off.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Okay, thank you.
And the Love Lace need about 10 more minutes. I want some of the ladies that come up here that call y'all crazy and all these other things. I really like for them to come up and share their opinions in a respectful way, because I don't think they do it. Whatever they're trying to get across, I don't think they're getting it across the way that they're doing it. So maybe they could try it another way. But Queen wanted me to show. Queen wanted me to show something. Let me see. Let me find it. Let's see. I got it. So let me get it up here on the screen. This is what kind of Queen was saying, that she don't get. They don't talk about this enough. Uh, so let me see if I can share it. Mm-mm. All right, so it's loading. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that?
Okay, I can see it.
This was on a this was on a website, and I don't want to leave it up too long, but she sent this to me to show to you guys. But it has her address. It has this. This was all I needed. 10K for anyone that brings me that scarf with a bullet hole through it. Hashtag death around the corner. Hashtag black boy, white boy. And they're talking about Queen Regina. So a lot of times she gets upset that women don't get to go through what she's going through, but then they get to judge how she responds to it. So I would like to know, how would some of you women respond living alone, having these men talk up under your dress, having these men send threats like that, and then T. Ray turns out that he's in town right around the time that this happens.
Okay, can I address that, Kwame?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first, when you first said, okay, Queen want to show something, I'm like, oh gosh, here she go deflecting. But okay, so I'm gonna just speak to the issue with the bullet and the scarf thing. Flat out wrong. If somebody had sent that to me and put my information up on there, I would be serving everybody notice. The police, my family, everybody. I would get off of YouTube and I would be making moves behind the scenes. It would be no more talking, no more posting, no community wall, no chats, no nothing. It's serious business because you're talking about my life. So I'm gonna take that serious. And for see, it's hard with her because I've seen her be the aggressor. I've seen her go out and just go ham on men and women. So to get this kind of animosity back, like I said, it's flat out wrong for someone to threaten her life behind this YouTube stuff. But that's why we also have to be careful and we have to lead with respect, even if we disagree with someone. If we're not calling them out their names and lying on them, calling them bands and calling them predators and all these other things, it causes people to feel some type of way that they can come at you. And they may have meant that as a joke. I don't know, but it was still wrong and the threat was there, and as a woman that would have made me scared enough to where I'm notifying the key people in my life like this was made, but I'm also getting off YouTube because it's a toxic environment for me. If somebody's threatening my life, then yeah, it's time to go and do something else.
Lovelace, are you there? I kind of wanted her to say something before we moved on, but I think Lovelace might be still in transit. But you're saying that you would get off YouTube, and I like that answer. But what are you? You know how Queen's personality is. She's more defiant than that. She don't want to feel like she's running. So, what advice would you give to her and any other woman that don't really want to be pushed around by men? They want to be still on this space, but so what advice would you give her other than leaving?
Um,
Now, I heard the police stuff, but I definitely agree with that.
yeah, it's like, do you want them to say and beat their chest and say, ha ha ha, I pushed Miss La La Love off YouTube, or do you want to be alive? You know, it's like, what's more important, your ego or your safety? For me, my safety is first, because I have children I'm trying to raise. I have family and people in my life that love me. So I'm not going to be on these YouTube streets being reckless and just say, oh well, I'm not going to take it seriously, or I'm just going to go around and keep flaming this person and possibly irritating them even more. I'm going
Mhm.
to completely shut down. And that's what I would tell her if she was my sister, my friend, or anything. Okay, shut that down and let's go behind the scenes. Let's stop talking and let's go to work.
Okay.
That's how I would handle that. And that's what I
And
would
Dan, and
tell.
Dan B says she need to take it up with the men that's attacking her, and I think not the innocent men. I can kind of agree with that too.
Oh yeah, that's the behind the scenes work that would be done for everybody coming and threatening my life. Oh yeah, we would. And like you, Kwame, I'm a sidewalk female. I pay my taxes. I'm not no real female, so I'm definitely gonna take it to the law. Of course, I have the side of my family that is like, where they at? Let me go. You know, they want to go green light, but no, I want a different recourse for people that act like that, especially coming at me over YouTube. Yeah, but that's why I say we have to walk and lead with respect. We have to do that, and we all play a part in that, and she plays a part in that. And I don't want her to keep bringing that up, because the issues that I've had or I've seen her happen way before that post was up there. Like all the aggressions and the narratives and the adding stuff to stories, taking away, leaving out key information, that was all happening before that was up there. So that's why I don't feel inclined to focus on that, because there's this bad behavior has been going on for a long time, you know. So, but yet and still, as a woman, I empathize with being scared and someone threatening your life, and I would definitely say get off Facebook. But before you do that, take accountability of what part you played in people coming at you the way that they do.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go
Can
ahead.
y'all hear me? Can I jump in real quick? Miss
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay. So my message is this: to walk with respect at all times as best we can, right? But the other question is this: what time do we start telling adults what to do? What time did we start doing that? I'm just asking. I'm gonna go back on mute. It's just something to think about, something to ponder. I'm not trying to start any mess, but I'm trying to get to the nuts and bolts of things, because I can tell uh, Miss La La Love, I can tell you to stop this right now. Stop whatever you're doing right now. You as an adult, as another woman, you have to make a choice, and that's all I'm saying. My message is we can agree to disagree on anything, but do we have to be disrespectful? For me, the conversation is not long-winded, and for me, the conversation is not hard. I can't tell another grown person what to do. I respect that. I can make a suggestion. You know what I'm saying? I can say, hey, don't you think that this behavior was just a little, you know what I'm saying, erratic or dramatic or over the top? But it is up to that other woman to see self. Can I hold up a mirror to another woman and say, look at your behavior? It is not conducive. It's not productive. It's not going anywhere. You look a hot mess. Okay, now I said it. Now what? It's
Okay.
still up to that woman. It's still up to that woman, in my opinion, right? It's up to that woman to figure out what she needs to do next. I just wanted to throw that in there. I didn't want to leave you up there by yourself, sis. What I'm saying is, if we're gonna have a women panel and we're gonna talk, come on, ladies, let's talk. We was talking in the chat, wasn't we?
Yeah, I was kind of trying to ask as a woman, like what advice would she give? So it wasn't like she was telling her what to do. It was more so like she was responding to what I was saying because I'm not a woman, so I don't want to speak out of turn on how to deal with, excuse me, with issues like that. I know the police is one. Queen Regina don't seem like the type of woman that's going to back down and run. So I think that's off the table for Queen.
Well, yeah,
But
that's the ego. We got to put
No,
the ego aside, and Kwame. To be honest, I'm just a little perturbed that this is a women's panel. We want to get an understanding. We want to get a resolve, and I would like for her to be up here and not talk through you. I'd like to talk to her directly because she's always using the word triggered, and I want her to understand her aggressing men that may be triggering for me and other people. Like I said, I have a son that I'm concerned about, and to see this behavior from someone, constantly doing it, and it seems like she's not being held accountable, and she doesn't see anything wrong in what she's doing, and that's what I kind of want to get into her head. Like, well, how do you think this is okay, and how are you justifying this? So I'm a little perturbed that she's talking through you. That's not cool. We're all up here trying to get an understanding and get a resolve, and we can't do that on a women's panel if she's talking through you.
I agree. And let me chime back in. I'm about to pull up, and I'm sorry to be interrupting, but no, Kwame, I wasn't directing that at you or trying to be malicious about it. I was just simply giving the people something to think about as I pull into the driveway and all that other kind of stuff. I wasn't saying that Miss Lala Love was doing that or any other woman was doing that. I was simply posing the questions to the people in the chat or anybody listening, especially the ladies, if you're listening. That's just something for us to think about as we go forward with this conversation. So hopefully my message is not um, misconstrued. Um, but if it is, I apologize. That's not what I'm meaning. But I was just giving people something to think about as we have the conversation.
okay, and I think the chat and a lot of people just want to talk to Regina and a lot of the women that do the accusation thing on men. I know I have a lot of women saying things like, "Oh, he hurt me," or "He did this to me," and "He did that to me." I would love for them to come up and tell me what I did, because it's the accusations that destroy. So I kind of understand what Miss Lala Love is saying because she has boys. So I wish we can have the conversation and people will come up and just talk respectfully. But hey, Halima, how you doing? Hello.
Hi, Kwame. How are you?
Good, good. I'm gonna shut up, mute my mic. We got another woman up here, so let me go on mute.
Hello, Lovelace and Miss Lala Love.
Hey, Halima.
You
Sweetheart,
know,
how you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. I was just, when you asked a question about the post that Regina posted, I wanted you to show us. Um, I do have compassion because I'm currently a witness in a murder trial,
Oh
and
wow.
this person was arrested 2017 with a $2 million bail, and he was released on bail, I think in October. So ever since then, I've been on pins and needles. I've been like, it took me a while to get into my regular routine.
Hold on one second, Miss Halima.
Hmm.
Miss Nikita Flowers, can you show your face real quick behind the scenes? Because I never had you on the panel. Make sure I'm not getting porn bombed or anything, and then you can get back off camera. But go ahead, Miss Halima.
Yes, and so I'm not saying this is not the same as what she's going through. I have more in the trenches with things, but I do understand when you feel your life could be in danger, how that can trigger a whole bunch of different reactions, responses, mental, emotional states. Then is how you process them. So, like, how do you handle something like that? For me, is I would recommend just getting personally into some type of self defense, so you can feel safe within yourself. That's very important. Also, if you have to learn some form of weaponry, that you can master on your own or with support. Also, now when Miss Lala Love said get off of social media, that kind of was like for me, should I not go outside because potentially this person knows where I live, can do something to me. Like, how much power am I going to give up to this person, right? So that's the fear of it. So these are very complex situations. It's not the same. I'm not saying my situation is like Queen's, but when you feel your life is in danger, whether that's just a perception of it. It could be, more real for some, not so real for others. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to take that lightly or dismiss that because that's something very real that you can be internalizing. Whether that could, again, it's a perception of that threat, right? So I want to jump on and just add that to the conversation.
And can I just say this, Halima? I'm not taking the threat lightly at all. And when I say get off social media, if you are pursuing taking any type of legal action, the first thing they're going to tell you, stop talking about it. Don't talk to anybody about it. And I've seen her in different chats and live and on her community wall posting about it. And that's the first thing her attorney or public defender or anybody is going to tell her. Stop talking about it. And let them do their job. Let them if she's having the police look into this, let them do their job. Stop speaking on it. You can let us know this happened so we can be aware, so we can move differently if necessary, but don't speak on it because you could possibly hurt your own case by adding fuel to the fire and coming at that person, and that person said, hey, see, this is what she does. She provoked me or whatever. So
I
that's what I
agree.
mean by that.
I do agree with that. So far as moving in silence and not letting your right hand know what your left hand is doing, it's just a better strategy for effective legal and criminal recourse. So I agree with you there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that young lady back up. I don't know how that happened. Miss Chicago, can you show your face real quick, please? And I don't know how y'all keep dropping. Miss Chicago. But Halima, are we
Hmm.
should we be focusing on somewhat of what these males are doing that is attacking Queen Regina? Because it may be making her because I hear a lot of other men that's saying she's attacked them and that they haven't done anything. Could that be triggering her, or do you just think, okay, yes, she's being done wrong, but also she's doing wrong?
Yeah, we got to call it down the middle.
Okay.
So yes, absolutely. So that's what happened to you, and it's your response to what's happened to you. Correct. So you have to own all of your choices, even your responses to something that is unwanted, right? So if somebody hit me and if I just go knock them across the head with a vase, you know what I'm saying? I still have to be accountable for knocking them over the head with a vase, right? So yes, I do believe that she does have a point so far as her threatening the name calling, um, and also oop,
I
and
don't know who
also
that is.
with her own behavior with men. You know, um, I think the culture. I think the culture is problematic. Our the quote unquote beef culture is problematic because um, you know everyone has a different emotional makeup, right? And so they're going to perceive and respond in very different ways. But yes, to answer your question, yes, I do. I will call it down the middle. It's the things that you've done to you that I think we as a community say, okay, this is unfair, this is unwarranted. Let's call out this behavior of the men that did this to her, and also call it down the middle. It's the behavior that she has done as well to women and men as well. It just call it down the middle.
Yeah, what do you think, Miss Lala?
I agree with Halima. We definitely need to call it down the middle. I agree with calling any bad behavior out, male or female.
It's not my
But
turn.
the reason I spoke today is because I was seeing a lot of the men get called out because you're not supposed to talk to a woman like that. Yes, that's very disrespectful to talk up under a woman's dress. But at the same time, the women are blurring the lines of aggression because they're going after a lot of these men. And a lot of these men are just pushing them away, saying, "Hey, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to start with you. I don't want to beef with you." And they just keep coming and coming. And like we just said earlier, it seems like the nice guys, they go after the ones that are taught to respect women. They go after even harder and talk so bad to them. And then the men that could care less and would spit on you, they don't have no energy for them. But not only that, Kwame, I mean, there's a
I
lot of the
definitely agree with what you're
models.
saying because they do that to me.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly, because you have a lot of respect and because you won't fight and beef and call them out their name and everything, then they just keep coming at you. But my other thing with Regina is how she treats other black women, and she keeps saying I'm black excellent and black excellent, but I'm seeing her going after your mods who are all attractive women, men and women, and I see her going after them, and I'm just like, what? I don't know the backstory of
Now,
everyone.
I have to chime in on that. That's what's
Okay.
disappointing a little bit to me because I talked to a queen today and I asked her. I said, "Don't do it until you're ready." I said, "But the whole purpose of this whole thing is to get women to talk and then talk in a way where you guys can build past it because." What I see is a lot of women that talk black unity when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
tearing a man down,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to just respecting each other, they really don't
Mm-hmm.
have the energy for that.
Right. Yeah, yeah, and I'm seeing that, and I'm just like, wow, what did all these women do to her? And from the outside looking in, I just see it as a jealousy thing. They're pretty. You shout them out. They all have wrenches. So I don't know if that's just a big trigger for her that they're pretty. They have wrenches. They have what she wants. She wants to be called out, and I don't know. It's problematic because I'm just like, okay, maybe
Your mic cut
are
out,
with
Miss.
her
There you go.
and talking to her disrespectfully, and she's responding. But when it comes to some of the guys that aren't, as aren't being disrespectful, and she keeps coming back and having these narratives and these lies and talking about suing, and it's a common thing with, I'll take your channel, I'll take your job, I'll take your charity event, I'll take it's always about taking something from somebody. So that's why I wish she was here so I can kind of get an understanding, like, what is it that people have that you want to take from them? What are you missing in your life that you feel you need to fill up with what somebody else has? And that's just my, I don't know, maybe that's the social worker in me. I'm trying to understand, and I'm not getting a clear understanding, and it just started to really just bother me, just seeing this behavior.
Okay, Miss Chicago, what you got on it?
Hello, everyone. God bless to the
Greetings.
panel and the chat. I'm brand new to this. I just had to have my 13-year-old help me with grandchild, but I had to get in on this because we dealing against good and evil, good and the weak, strong and the weak. My bad. And I don't see no one weak. They just do weak things. I don't see no one better than no one because under law, we all God's children. And once we realize that we all made from God's ingredients and respect one another, we'll be able to get along a little better. Another thing is, I've taught my boys and my girls, if you step in a ring with a grown person, you're going to get treated like a grown person. That's why y'all are called child. That's why y'all are called kids. That's why y'all are called children. And grown folks supposed to know how to maneuver between things. Now, Mr. Kwame, I've been watching you since you came to the NBA. Taught my boy. My boy could have went to the NBA, but he chose to be a coach. Him and it's an NBA player that I watch raised. That's my godson. I'm not gonna give no names, but they tried to railroad him in the NBA, and we sit around and we railroad each other instead of giving a kind word. Now I know y'all was talking about Queen Regina. I'm up and down about that, Miss Regina. One minute she's cool and I can understand where she's coming from, and then she loses me. Two, she's the main one always saying stick to women business and let men handle men business. But you cannot say that and you continually get into men's business. I don't get into men's business unless it's a son of mine, a brother of mine, or my husband. But I still know my role to a certain extent of being a woman. I'm a full grown woman. I'm 49 years old. And I don't see the world like everyone else see the world. I have my own glasses. I retrained myself as an individual to see things different. If you look at the trees, they all made different. All the leaves might
Hold
look the
on,
same.
ma'am. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry, Miss Chicago. You doing well? Oh, she went off. I'm sorry, guys. We got to get back to the 90-second rule. Somebody just reminded me in the chat because she was going for a minute. We got to get back to the 90-second rule, especially when more women are up here. But she was saying some good stuff. And then we got Lovelace coming back. How you doing, Lovelace?
Hey.
I don't know if you was hearing what was saying or if one of the ladies wanted to chime in and respond back to some of the stuff you heard. But I'm gonna put the timer on this time because I forgot about the timer. So sorry about that, chat.
Salute to the chat. Hi, everybody again.
Hey.
Hey, what do we say? I'm sorry. And my apologies, ladies, for taking too long and all that kind of stuff. But we still, we still understand and respect one another that we have stuff going on, you know, in real life too, right? So thank you for letting me, you know, come up.
Yeah, she can come back. I wanted to hear her out too. She dropped off. Um, but yeah, somebody go ahead and do you want to expound on that, Miss Lava Love, what she was saying, or Miss Halima?
I want to
Oh,
get I want
go
to
ahead,
get her
Anita.
complete thought before I responded. I wasn't sure where she was going, so
What was that for me, Halima?
no, I was saying that Miss Chicago, I believe she was cut off early, and I wasn't able to really hear her complete thoughts. So I didn't want to comment until after she came back up and finished what she was saying.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Hey, Miss Chicago, you got time to come back up? Because I missed all of that.
I kind of seeing that too, Mel. Because they try to make my whole first channel about uh protecting women and ladies arguing and things of that nature, and that's not.
Right,
They started saying, oh,
right,
you said you was this pro-black guy and you were going to do this, and the things that was being said was from all detractors.
Mm.
Right.
And that's why Damn D and a lot of people were so confused on why, and even myself, why did certain people get treated with so much respect when these very same people were saying that they were the ones going to be the responsible party for taking my page and taking me down and all sorts of things. So if you wouldn't want that to happen to you, that's not taking up for somebody. I wouldn't want that to happen to nobody that's not bothering nobody.
right.
So
Exactly.
that's why I think Biz, that's why Damn D, and that's why so many people were confused. Like, how are y'all coming at me so much when there's people actively out there saying they're gonna take his page, and you guys are respecting these very same people?
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I love about Kwame and what you've brought to this space is really a decoding of propaganda and really showing, in some ways, just step by step and organically, just how it's all playing out, how propaganda um, is is created through narratives, right? Through someone's like what we're seeing Sister T doing right now. Like you called this out months ago. You said that they'll bring the LGBTQ, they'll bring Black women, and we're seeing all this unfold in front of our eyes. And I think it would be a travesty for us not to be able to take this type of scene and knowledge that we have from paying attention and listening. And hopefully, we're taking these skills into the media in general. But you've decoded a lot of those news things as well, news stories as well, that we can see what's actually going on, that we can see what she is doing is attacking you because she was deeply in her feelings. She probably had, I don't know, fell in love with you. I don't know. Wanted something more from you, scorned, if you will. That we can actually see the behavior for what it is and not buy into it.
So Halima, do you believe all women?
I personally don't. No,
And
I have a son as
I
well.
hope this shows that you should not believe anyone fully, because when someone is upset with you, men can get emotional too. When men get emotional, they will lie. So we're seeing things unfold. We see our community on how we do each other, and how we do each other is dirty. We got people that saying they're doing this in the name of helping the Black community. They're just calling me out. I'm a scammer. So, but every day their job is to call out some Black man or some Black woman.
I think I heard Professor Small on another channel, and he made a clear distinction. He said there's criticism and then there's attack. And so you can have a criticism of someone and not attack them, right? And I think what's happened is they combined everything together, and it's more of an attack and not a criticism. And that's how you know there's an agenda behind it, because you're constantly under attack.
Yeah, and any woman that gets close to me, any woman that I compliment, if you notice, that woman is being attacked right after that.
Facts. Facts.
How you doing, Takara?
Hey, Kwame, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. I cannot complain.
Okay, neither can I. Hey, ladies on the panel, Miss Lala Love, Love Lace, Halima. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey,
Hey,
Takara.
Hey,
hey,
Takar.
nice to see
Thank you, you too. Everybody in the chat, everybody on the, everybody watching, listening. What I want to say on the topic, as far as, and I think you said, Kwame, the specific question is, I, I kind of missed it because getting ready for work. But anyhow, I think the specific question was about being Queen Regina clothes being talked under or something like a threat. Long story short, in my opinion, I've always empathized with Queen Regina as far as being attacked in whatever way she felt attacked. It's even way back when she was saying her phone number and information was put in a chat and all that. I've always empathized with that. And then even now, all this time later, whatever that post was you made, like I said, I kind of missed the post, but I'm hearing y'all saying her clothes being talked on. I think that's totally unacceptable. It's unacceptable for anybody. It's how old are we? It's unacceptable for any grown man, any grown woman, anybody to be talking under anybody's clothes. It's unacceptable to make a threat. It's unacceptable to travel out of state to pull up on somebody. Especially women, we out here alone by ourselves, even if we got people around us. I mean, if you living by yourself or you living with a child or living with somebody that's, if you live in a certain life, put it like that, if you live in a certain life, you're not expecting to be able to be threatened and you're not expecting those types of things. So it put us all on edge. It will put me on mortified if I got a threat like that or if somebody talking under my clothes. It's cringe. I'm chilling thinking about it. Like I can't understand it. And as old as we are, it's all unacceptable. However, when you
However,
feel
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Takar.
that's okay. It's quite all right. When you feel threatened or when you feel if I feel so threatened by whatever somebody say or post about me or anything like that about me, I'm not going to be on YouTube. I'm not going to be on social media. I'm going to go and hide out. I'm going to go and lay low because I need to bounce back the way I need to bounce back. I feel like that's for everybody. You're not gonna just, you're not gonna be out here running rogue or running wild on YouTube and saying certain things and acting a certain way. Like I said, in this particular case, if we're talking about Queen Regina, whoever we talking about, but in this particular case, you're not black excellence if you out here doing the things that you're doing. You're talking about giving head. It's all on video. You got somebody that can make a drop about you giving head on video, but it's black excellence. How is that black excellence? How are you? It's like and I don't mean no disrespect in this, none whatsoever. It's like a slut walk. I'm disrespected, but I'm the queen of the slut walk. But you just disrespected me? No. That's unacceptable. You can't be around here dragging certain things like this, rub, and all the rubber. My thing is this: if you all believe that, if you all believe that, words speak life and images, and in my opinion, if you can speak something and I can paint a picture of it, I need to kill a visual if it's an image of you rubbing on it, or if it's an image of anybody rubbing on it, or if it's an image of anybody sucking on this and sucking on that and suck this and kiss that and kiss this and kiss that. It's absurd. It's a disgrace. I'm 40 years old. These people over 50, after 50, I thought they used to call that golden years. Do they still call 50 plus golden years? This for everybody. This ain't specifically for Queen Regina or whoever, Sister T. This for everybody. We are the ancestors now, yes. We are the elders now, yes. 40 years old, 40 plus, 37, 38. And then, like I said, pulling up on people, it's absurd. And it's not just the internet. It's not just YouTube. It's not just IG and all that. These people it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's draining. And like this other young lady said, it's spiritual. It's a spiritual war. Everybody know we war against spiritual principalities. Everybody know that. Who doesn't know that? So then to be speaking certain things and acting certain ways, we can't do that. We all accountable for our own self. I'm the number one to say, in my right hand up, I'm the number one to say we accountable for our own self. My kids look up to me. My kids' friends look up to me. Your kids look up to you. Your kids' friends look up to you. Everybody look up to everybody. You can't be around here acting a certain way, but then expected to get treated a certain way. It's not black excellence. It's you not playing victim when you as a woman go out and call a man for no reason. I've been watching this the whole time. Everybody been watching. I've been following this for 2 years. Everybody been watching it. You can't out here just out the blue call a man out of his name, and then especially after he didn't ask you or stated a couple of times, more than 2, more than 3, please stop. What are you doing? You can't do that. And then now you play the victim. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, sir. You cannot invite trouble to yourself and then play a victim once the trouble comes to yourself. This for everybody.
Facts, Takara.
Takara, you spitting facts. You done went past that 90 seconds about 6 times.
I know, because I'm like,
okay.
I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank
you. Fire. So everybody was
okay.
I appreciate it because you know what? I don't speak a lot, and when I say in the chat, I don't even like to speak. I don't like to talk. I'm not a big talker. Some people are big talkers, and they want to be seen, and they want to be heard, and they want to be woo woo woo. No, because you have to sit back and listen. You got 2 ears, you got 1 mouth. I'm not a big speaker. That's why I don't like to speak. That's what I mean by that. So if this is fire, I appreciate that because I'm telling the truth. And we all know this too. It's no substituting the truth. I always put that in the chat. Shout out to India Ari. It's no substituting the truth. Either it is or it isn't. You cannot be. You cannot be out here acting a certain way and expect to get treated a certain way. And like I said, for the base question, I think it's absurd for this lady clothes to be talked under, for her to be followed, for her to be threatened. Anything. I think that's ridiculous because I would be so on edge. So, let's just put that first. But that doesn't warrant certain types of behaviors and certain types of no. You have to we're all accountable for our own actions, and we all have to sit back and think. Nobody can make you act a certain way. You act how you act. Huh?
Facts.
That's it.
Facts.
That's it. That's it. I'm done. I know I went over time. I'm done because I'm getting ready for work. But I'm sure listening. I can stay up here if that's fine. It's an all women's panel. But I'm
That
gonna be quiet the rest
No,
of
it's
the
one
time.
man up here. It's one man up here. I'm just
Oh,
being quiet.
right.
oh,
It's
let me
one
see.
man up here. I'm just being
Oh
quiet.
well, thank you, thank you.
But I love what you're saying, and that's what accountability look like. I mean, I can't. Everybody has called out Queen Regina some of her behavior. I haven't seen all the stuff that everybody else seen, but I definitely hear the way she talk. I definitely have heard her talk about the rubbing on it, and the sucking and all that good stuff. That is not gonna show Queen behavior, but hey, Queen does what Queen wants to do. But that is not, like you said, that's not indicative of what you're trying to make it look like as a adult woman. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm glad that your women are saying it, because it's how you guys want to be represented. Us
Right.
men can say it, and they're gonna call us haters or whatever else. But when women say it, it hits home because it's other women holding women accountable.
And Kwame, as women, for me, I'm not going to be admonished because I'm calling out her behavior. I mean, she can call me whatever she want to call me from the bushes, but I'm here on the panel ready to have this conversation, and she's not here. And if you don't like people talking up under your clothes, don't talk up under their clothes. You don't like
You talking
people
about
calling you
Kwame
out your
Blind?
name. If you don't like people calling you out your name, stop calling people out their names. Stop talking about their kids. Stop doing what you don't want done and then expecting everybody to come to your aid and give you all this respect, because we're looking at you like you don't deserve it. You don't deserve the respect. Now, we can empathize with the treatment that you've gotten from some men because they,
Mhm.
they're they're just ridiculous. But at the same time, we're not coming to your defense because we're also seeing your behavior. We're also seeing the boulders you're throwing, and then coming over here and saying, I'm the queen, respect me as such. No, we don't see you in that light.
Mhm. How you doing, Earth Day Venus?
Salute for me.
Salute, salute. Lovelace or Alima, do you guys want to say something and respond to what Takara was saying before we move to Earth Day Venus?
I thought Takara did amazing. I thought she said it the way she needed to say it, how she felt it from her spirit and her understanding. And I respect her as an individual saying it the way it needed to be said. Thank you, sis.
It seemed like I'm late or something. I don't know if I'm on.
Miss
Hold
Earth,
on, Earth Day Venus.
Earth
Halima, did you
Day.
want to say something?
No, I thought Takar expressed herself beautifully, and those are her sentiments and how she perceives it. So I support her voice.
Absolutely. I do. I like the way
Thank you, lady.
I
I'm
like the way
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I know I said I wasn't gonna say anything else, but I'm trying to, like I said, get off of here. And I just want to say this
Come
before
Let me go
Earth
back
Day.
out and try to come back in.
come
No,
come on, Takara. Come on.
I was gonna speak to her and then say, "Hey, Earth Day," and then say, we have to be the change that we want to see."
Mm-hmm. Mm. Uh-oh,
Let
you
that sink in.
oh,
We have to be the change that we want to see. If you want love, you give love. If you
Yeah.
want acceptance, you accept. If you want peace, you put off peace. Good night. But I'm listening. But good
I feel
night. Thank you. I didn't mean to cut
wait,
anybody out, but
wait.
I had to say that because you have to be the change that you want to see. Thank you. Good night. I'm headed to work. Thank you.
Thank you,
Fire.
Takara.
Thank you, Earth Day. That was good.
Yeah, thank you. And Earth Day, if you have a chance to come back up, sis, that would be great. I don't know if you had a
I
chance
You
to.
think
guys
she's
see
gonna.
it?
Okay. But thank you, Takara, for saying, speaking in your individual, words. I second what you're saying. I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I like what Halima said. I respect your voice. I respect your thoughts. And thank you.
And and I want to say to Takara, I felt when she said, I don't come up here,
I
I don't
think we're a
like
little
this
bit
talk.
late. I don't know why, but Takara,
Something going on with is there a delay?
It feels
Could
like it's a
be.
delay, Kwame. Let me try to
Oh,
get on another one of my phones.
It's
okay.
Go, do now.
it's
You
the
get
most
it, girl.
it's the most high. It's the most high.
But what
Oh
I was
Lord.
saying,
Who
I
high?
felt what Takara was saying about, you know, not wanting to come up here and talk because I don't like to get on the panel. I don't like public speaking. I don't like none of that either. But I just felt compelled with the whole Sierra talking and how, you know, people are treating each other and all this other stuff going on in the background. It's just like, I'm tired of saying this in the chat. You know, like I need to just go ahead, say it, get it out. Hopefully she'll come up. We can talk, get an understanding, get a resolve, or not. But at least it's out there. It's out there and it's addressed. So, I mean, I probably won't be up here too many more times, but I
You're
definitely
always
needed to come up in this panel and
mm,
and address it and speak for those that don't want to get up there and public speak, you know, or already getting attacked for just being pretty and being a moderator or whatever, and they don't want to add to that fire. So, I just want to be able to just get up and address the things that I'm seeing in the chat or that are being said in the chat and be the voice for those people.
hmm. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because this is what we do as individuals, right? We come together as women. We come together as individuals. We don't have to agree on everything, but we don't have to disrespect one another. You know, that was all. That was the only thing I was trying to say. So, hey, Miss Vicky,
She's frozen, I think.
Miss
Should
Vicky,
I remove her? I think she's frozen.
Miss Vicky, you frozen? Wave your hand. Oh, well, don't. Kwame, you.
Yeah, it dropped down. I was finna remove her and it dropped.
Oh,
Uh,
Mitchell Chines, okay. How you doing? I'm gonna put you up.
was somebody gonna say something?
I was going to say something, but I'll let the new panelists hop on. Is it in the trail?
Yeah, given my real name, it's okay. I have
Well,
nothing to hide.
Oh, it's posted
it's
on
on the
your
thing.
Yeah, I have a
StreamYard.
unique name.
Okay,
Okay.
welcome. The floor is yours, Michelle, if you want it, babe.
Welcome. So this is Earth Day again. But
Uh,
listen, Takara, I'm
oh,
proud of you. I am proud of Takara for speaking up. It still seems late. I don't know if it's because I'm in LA or what. I apologize, you guys.
you all right, babe?
I'm only coming up here is because I was hoping that Regina would have came up here so we can all speak as women respectfully. Because there's a lot of things that's going on in the sector as women that we're not speaking of, and we need to be honest with it.
Okay.
I'm kind of late, so it's like I'm really getting frustrated with my phone. So I don't know if I can really stay on like that because I don't like to delay you guys' conversation. So what I'm gonna do is just drop off, and maybe I can do it another way.
Okay, definitely. There is a little delay, some feedback too when you're talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a big
I'm trying to
delay. I'm reading
I'm
the
gonna
chat,
try to
but
call
it's such a
Queen.
major delay.
I'm gonna try to call Queen so it don't seem like we ganging up on her.
I wanted to address something because I thought this panel wasn't exclusively about Queen, but also about just women's behavior. And one thing I wanted to discuss was this that certain women, Black women, feel entitled to protection. This whole thing that was stemming us, that was represented in or demonstrated in Sister T's behavior, her feelings. And I learned this long time ago that there's a sense of entitlement, and I think it's not really what do you call it? It's not true. You're not entitled. Somebody says something. You're not entitled to anyone's protection, right? I'm not entitled for a stranger I've never met to protect me. Where are we getting these ideas from? Usually, protection comes from the tribe, right? The women of a certain tribe are protected by the men by that tribe. That's the family, that's the community. That's your husband, that's your children, your sons, the village, etc., right? So when you see a stranger, if I'm out in the street, I don't expect a black man to protect me because I'm being attacked. It'd be great if I got help, but I don't feel entitled to that protection. And I think that we need to start breaking down this whole concept of protection and the entitlement that we feel that goes with it. Right? No one's entitled to protect you or save you. That comes from your tribe, your family unit, your clan. No one, no stranger out there, especially on YouTube. How do you expect someone to actually protect you? I think we need to sober up to the idea that your best protection is your behavior or your choices. And I'm not saying things can't happen under those circumstances. Of course they can. Life happens. But this campaigning that I see a lot of black women have about black men not protecting us, first of all, we should be very mindful of our words because to keep repeating that, we have to understand the power of language. We language our reality. So if you keep saying you're not protected, guess what you're creating? So there's a way to we can frame that in a more positive way versus this doom and gloom. You know, I'm a victim mentality of victim language. So I think that's what we're seeing is that we're seeing the black men and black women. Like, who are these black men and black women? We come from different backgrounds and different parts of the country and different parts of the world. Why do we expect someone we've never met to risk their lives to save our or risk their livelihood, their money, their family for someone they've never even met?
I
Lovelace,
agree.
okay,
Oh, I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lovelace.
No, that was me. Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I agree with Halima, and I put my daughter and myself in jujitsu for that reason, so we can protect ourselves to the best of our ability. Of course, would it be nice if I'm in trouble and someone, a male, comes to help me? Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, I don't care, you
Right,
know.
right,
But I don't like the ownership that I do hear black women take in and the aggressive way that they say, well, black men should do this and they
right,
have all these lists that black men should do, but when it comes to what we as women should do, oh, I'm black girl magic. I just show up and give up the cookies, and that's he should be happy to get that. And it's like, what? That's all you got is what's between your legs? Like, come on. So yeah, there definitely is a double standard when it comes to that and what we expect from each other. We want to take, and I'm not saying all black women think that, but I'm
right.
hearing it a lot on TV with women like Vivica Fox and the other girl with the messed up feet. Kwame always talk about.
Who's
I'm
that?
what is her name? I can't think of her name, but
Dookie
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do anything.
she
and
took her shoes off and the sun went down. I don't know. She it was bad. But I'm hearing them say things like that, like we don't have to do too much. We just show up and or maybe go get a BBL and our boobs done and have a long weave down our back, and then we're all good. And he's got to do all the heavy lifting, and we just show up and look cute. And it's a unbalanced thing to tell these kids growing up. I don't want my daughter thinking all she has to offer is what's between her legs. And I don't want my son thinking that's all a woman has to bring to the table is what's between her legs. So I definitely agree with Halima. We've got to stop co-signing these women and clapping like, yeah, girl, tell them, girl, and did. We got to stop doing that, co-signing a mess, because that's just keeping this cycle of bad behavior going. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to take ownership because I did call out Regina's bad behavior. And like I said, I had no intention of saying her name. I was just talking about the behavior. And the more I talked about it, then her name just came out. So, but I didn't want to have like an attack on Regina, but I wanted it to be addressed because I want everybody to be feeling like they can be at peace and not being attacked just for being who they are. Your mod shouldn't be attacked because they're pretty and they have a wrench. And because you shout out somebody now Kwame got to be careful who he shout out because he's worried that they gonna get heat. They're gonna get doxxed. It's
Right.
it's just so crazy. It's crazy. It's bad behavior on both sides, and a lot of it stems from jealousy. You know, but um, yeah, we as women we've got work to do because like I said, we've got a long list of what we want men to do, but when it comes to what we're gonna do and what we're gonna bring to the table, we're just like, I'm cute, that's what I'm bringing to the table.
I'm
you know
crying. What I'm bringing. Hey, boo. But yeah, I like what you said, and I appreciate you taking time to share your insight and your thought. And hopefully, some of the other ladies will come up and join. It's a lot of it's a lot of conversations, you know what I'm saying, in between the chats and things like that with the ladies going on. And all I'm trying to say is everybody is welcome. This is not an attack on anyone. What we are addressing, I always want to make sure we're clear. We're addressing women's behavior, all of us.
Absolutely. And I think what I want to say also, we're taking our cues from Hollywood. And my ex worked in the entertainment industry, and nothing is really what it appears to be on the surface. You know, I'm sure Kwame knows a lot more about that. But when we just see like this whole Sierra thing or whatever, everything is not what you think it is. And we create this story and projection. But there's so much to these situations we have really no clue about. So I think that us taking cues from Hollywood and who's wearing this and this relationship. I mean, we have to. That's all propaganda as well because they use celebrityism to sell the idea of a relationship. They use celebrities to influence, quote unquote, influencers to influence our behavior to sell an idea of what it's like to be beautiful, successful, in a relationship. All of that is propaganda, right? So we have to sit back and really get sober to what's how we're being divided. I call it psychological operation of division, especially between men and women. There's definitely an agenda at play here. I mean, I've never heard so much division in discussions about between especially black women and black men in my whole entire life. And it's not by accident. Like we have the modern woman movement, right? But in the 80s, I did some research on this. There was a new man movement in the UK. And who creates these movements, right? Is there's these major propaganda firms all over the world that have nothing better to do than sit back and create stuff, and they create it based on our fears and our disappointments and our insecurities, and then we take that we bite the apple and then we get hypnotized by these concepts, these new concepts that are introduced every 10 to 20 years, right? So taking cues from the outside world, external world, and celebrityism, may want to rethink that.
I just wanted to add this. I was watching The Woman King, and I left and I was thinking, wow, this is a great movie and it's based on true events. But at the same time, and I went to go see it with both my son and my daughter,
Hmm.
and I left feeling with mixed feelings of it. I thought it was great.
Yes.
Cinematography, everything was great, but it just made me think, what are they taking out of this? And I had to ask them, what did you think about the movie? How did you feel about it? Because I was kind of torn because I felt like on one hand they were really promoting women not needing men, and we've got a nation by ourselves and we're out here kicking all this ass, and this girl gave up this man that she loved and she didn't want to be with him or leave with him because she wanted to fight, and and all this stuff. And I was just like, it just left me feeling a little funny about it. But I'm noticing this narrative in a lot of shows where you've got the strong Black woman, and she's kicking everybody's ass, and she's running the show, and her husband is yes wife, and she's the head of the household, and or she's the sergeant in the show, and the head, whatever. And I'm just like, what? I'm seeing this over and over again. Like all these Black women got these roles of and positions of power, and everybody else is under her. And I'm like, are they trying to send subtle shots to us to let us know you don't need a man? Go out there and be strong on your own, But in the middle of the night, you hear something coming through the door. You want a man there, because I can defend myself against another woman, but the average man, I'm gonna have a problem, because they're just naturally stronger. So it just
Right.
it just made me a little bit confused for my children, and to get their take on it. How did you feel about that? Do you feel like that's something you would do or could do? And my son flat out said, I don't want a woman that wants to fight all the time. I don't want to be with a woman like that. I want a
Right.
woman that, that's okay with throwing the football around with me, but at the same time okay with putting on a dress and some heels.
Right.
And he's 15 and he said that, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to watch you a little bit closer.
Well, the movie had a lot of different archetypes. So,
Right, right.
there was an archetype of the warrior, which is the Dahomey tribe, which is the actual tribe, right? Of African women. And there's also Queen Nzinga. There's plenty of women in antiquity that represent these types of women. But the archetype in the movie also was the goddess, was the queen and the concubines, right? They were all glammed up. They were gorgeous women, right? They were the beauty goddesses, right? They were the queens and the concubines. So there was different archetypes to look at. It wasn't just one archetype, and you saw the jealousy between the two, right? And then you had Viola Davis's daughter archetype was in between a little bit. She was a warrior, but she wanted a little, she wanted her man, right? So there were different archetypes being displayed, and I didn't feel like, I felt what you felt initially. I wasn't going to see it till I saw Professor Tony Browder give us so much praise. I was like, oh my God, maybe I should take a peek and not just judge it and go get the information for myself. And so when I saw it, I saw the archetypal difference display of different types of women. So it just wasn't just one woman, the warrior being, um, it was the main archetype. There were the other goddesses, the women, the beauty queens, the wives, the concubines, the mothers. They also were displayed in the movie as well.
That's true. That's true. But I also wondered the main character about her trauma at a young age, if that affected her ability to not trust men and then want to be a warrior and fight because she was in a position where she wasn't protected.
So she was
And
already a
so
warrior. She was our word in battle.
yes, yes,
Hmm.
that's right. So that just made me wonder about that and what she all went through, what she went through. I don't want to give the story away for those who didn't
Right.
see it, but it just makes me wonder with all the trauma and everything that's going on, if things aren't addressed, if that affects us. I know that in a lot of circumstances it does. It affects us in our present life, and I think a lot of us are. Well, I don't know. I'll just say I'm 45. So I know I had to address whatever childhood trauma I had and whatever relationship trauma I had. I had to unpack all that. And like I
Hmm.
said earlier, I had to sit myself in timeout for about 7 years to work on me and get me together, and
Right.
not blame, any and everybody else, from childhood on. I had to be accountable for my choices.
Yes.
And I had to make sure that I was completely healed before I can even look at another man, because I don't want to bring my trauma to his life because he ain't deserving of it.
Right.
So when we discuss behavior, we have to start with ourselves, and we have to be accountable for our behavior. And we can't be opposed to being corrected. We have to be okay with knowing that we're not always right. And that seems to be a big thing, that we feel like we have to always be right and can't nobody tell us that we're wrong because we're a Black woman. And I just sorry,
Do it again.
but
Black woman. Do it again. Uh-oh.
don't cut that up, please don't cut that up.
They want
And
us to.
that's what
They
we're
want
looking at when we
us
look at Sister T, right? We're looking at someone who could not admit that they're wrong about Damn D. Could not admit that, right? And what you can't admit, there's a lot of ego involved, right? And if you make a true apology, then the true apology is a correction in behavior, just not words. You see, so taking correction, admitting, hey, I'm wrong. That makes you beautiful when you can, own your stuff, own your shit, and be,
That makes you strong. Like people think
yeah,
they're being weak by saying they're wrong. That makes you strong because you grow in that instant. You grow, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Tell me how you would prefer me to address this or, this and that. I had a guy friend of mine tell me, he says, the problem I had with my wife and I is that she would get dressed up and go to work and be looking all fly and everything. But by the time I came home, she had her bonnet on. She had an old bathrobe on, nasty looking slippers. And I'm just like, why your boss only gets to see you at your best? How come I can't come home and see you at your best? And I was like, wow, that never even crossed my mind until he said that. And I'm like, well, shoot, thank you for that, Jim. I'll know for next time around, to keep it cute for the man to come home and see you at your best. But it's things like that. If we're not talking to each other and we're not relating to each other, we don't get those gems that can help us.
absolutely.
Well, I don't want to talk to none of y'all. Now, hmm?
You,
Who
you
are
know what?
any women
I,
in the chat? Who's going to join the conversation? I want to hear
that,
from some detractors who have an issue with Lovelace's voice, or any of the mods. Who are the
hey,
detractors who have
what?
issues?
Halima, same side, same. I'm teasing. Yeah, yeah. And I appreciate that. And I like how I tried to be a distraction. I was doing that for a teachable moment. Hey, Kwame, I always tell you about these teachable moments, right? Whenever you're ready, bruh, I'm ready. What I was trying to say was, as I was trying to be a distraction, because the ladies were up here rocking, sometimes some ladies come up as a distraction when we got a topic going, when we flowing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving an example. I'm not just being a butt. So, because I like what the ladies were saying, but I also want any of the other ladies, because there's a lot of talking out there, ladies. We hear, we calling out. I'm not gonna call anybody's name. Anybody is welcome. Any woman is welcome. And let's have the discussion about women's behavior. We
Well,
can
Lovelace, I don't. Can I give you some pushback?
absolutely.
And I'm not being tit for tat because you gave me some
Come
pushback
on.
earlier. Okay.
Come on, yeah. No, we don't see.
But
Yeah,
I don't want anyone to feel like because this is a women's panel and because we all type in the chat and everything, I don't want them to feel like, girl, I saw what you typed in the chat. Get your butt up here. Stop talking. Da, 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 da. I
right.
don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I'm gonna,
That
call you out. I'm gonna call your name because I saw what you said. If you're not comfortable speaking
right.
and being up here, I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. I came because I felt compelled to come. I didn't want to. I sat there looking at the link and I'm like, should I? Should I? Man, I don't want to, but I just felt compelled to do it. And I want anybody that gets up here to feel compelled, like, oh, I've got something to add to this. I want to, you know, say my piece on this and then grab and take something away. It's like filling your cup and then getting my cup filled as well. So
Absolutely.
I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable like we're up here trying to make you come up here because we done slap five in the chats about different things that we're talking about and
Right,
hit each
right.
Right,
other with the
right,
facts.
I have
right.
a question.
Go.
How, and I'd like for the ladies in the chat to chime in as well, just if you agree or if it's been an issue for you. But how many of you ladies in the chat that you haven't hit the link because you're afraid of some type of retaliation from any YouTuber, right? And then specifically to you two on the panel, do you feel any apprehension in showing up and supporting Kwame because you know what's happened to other women in the past?
I'm not apprehensive at all. I move in peace. I move in respect.
Hmm.
That's the only way I'm gonna do it. I
Hmm.
would never invite any woman to challenge her disrespectfully. I would only want to have the conversation. Any person, just me. I want everybody to feel as safe as possible. We've seen the scary streets of YouTube. What I'm trying to say is there's also a positive side out here too, and our women should not feel afraid of one another. We should be able to address and speak to one another, even if we have or see something going on with their behavior.
What about from the men though, like the male detractors who would take a particular person's photo and enlarge it and make it a topic of discussion? Those types of things that we see on other detractors YouTube channels.
Would that be a question for Kwame?
For anyone who wants to answer, I mean, for you or for Miss La La Love, like,
Oh,
do you feel any apprehension about showing up because of that?
mm-hmm.
Um, I would say that I'm probably more conscious of it now than I have been before, because before Kwame got to YouTube, I was on YouTube on how-to videos and how to do things with my car and
Right.
listening to my
Oh,
music. I didn't listen to any podcasters. I didn't. And when
yeah.
Kwame came, then I got exposed to the world of YouTube. So I'm still learning it, but watching what he's gone through and what some of the women on the chat are going through, it has opened my eyes. And yeah, it does make me more conscious about how I move. And I don't move disrespectfully, but a lot of the women aren't moving disrespectfully and they're still being doxxed, you know.
Right.
So I'm of course I'm conscious of that. And that's, I'm seeing that being played out every single day. If someone doesn't like you, they don't like what you're saying. And then they're going looking up stuff on you. So it's something real. So that's not something we can just like ignore, but it's there.
And Kwame, how do you feel about that so far as the women? Well, it happens to men too. Men get doxxed as well.
Yeah, it happens to all of us, but I don't see why people do it, but I guess it make them feel better about doing it. So I don't have really no feelings about it.
Okay.
It's like they want to bring up your life and say, "Ah, look at her. She was on the panel, and now look at her life. Her life ain't perfect, or his life ain't perfect, and look at his grass ain't even growing. It ain't even cutting." It's like, but he got his own house. Like, how are you in an apartment talking about somebody that has a house who ain't cut their lawn? It just really doesn't make any sense. But it is like a aha, like I got you. Oh, you ain't perfect. You ain't this. You ain't that. That's what it seems like to me, like the little kitty thing.
Hmm. Hey, Monique.
Hey, y'all finna put me to sleep. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm finna say, damn, I'm finna go to sleep. Look, I watched I didn't catch the live earlier, the beginning part. Y'all know Kwame flamed all of us in the beginning of their live, right? With our panel yesterday. He disagreed with everything we said. I wanted to see who was gonna notice, and nobody mentioned it.
I'm not sure which panel you're speaking of.
The Okay, so there was a live earlier today where
Mm.
he announced this panel. And then before there was a panel where we got up here, I think La La Love might have been up there. And we were discussing about women being weapons and this, that, and the third. He literally disagreed with each one of our points on the video from earlier today. And I feel like nobody noticed it because y'all didn't say anything.
I sure didn't. What did he say?
Okay. Is it this okay with you, Corman, right? I'm sorry, it's your show. Okay, he good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it was me, it was Lovelace, Miss Sheila, it was somebody else up there. I'm gonna stick with me. Y'all could go and look back for your own uh criticisms. But for me, what he said about my point was, I was like, the problem with women is the competition. And he says, we like, and it's true. I mean, I had to look at myself a little bit, and Miss Sheila had a good point too. But it's like we want a society with no resistance, no alternative views, no, like we want everything to just be like some kind of utopia, and that's not how life is. Him and Scrooge was talking about like We literally get dropped here. We don't get to pick our parents or nothing like that. And he made a good point about Floyd Mayweather. Uh, he said Floyd Mayweather became him after being robbed of a gold medal in the Olympics. So imagine if, there were participation trophies and he still got some type of reward for losing. Would he be who he is now? You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but my pushback to that is I do think competition, that is how the world goes around, and that's in us. That's just the reality of things. But my pushback to Kwame would be I feel like there's an unhealthy amount between women because I feel like some people not being honest. I'm gonna be honest. Women are like more vile, more vicious with each other than we are with the opposite gender.
Definitely. Definitely. Mm-hmm.
And like I've done it myself. Like I recently was into it with somebody and it was personal. It had nothing to do with the internet, but she brought it to this playing field. So now I'm here on this field. But it's like making songs, making cartoons, I'm, pulling up on folks. Like that's normal. We sitting here like Pikachu faces, like, oh my God, what? Like, that's what we be doing. Like it's really a nasty, vicious thing. And I feel like a lot of women won't even come to the point where we admit that we do that stuff. Like,
Right. What part did you say I disagree with y'all? Because I do think we all need to compete. I think competition is key. But what part did you say I disagree with you guys again?
okay, so you okay, well, I don't well, you said some women sometimes we're asking so many questions. We're talk, like the only time, and it's jokes and roasting gags too, by the way. I do know that. But it's like the only time you go over there is when it's time to take your pants off.
No,
Because
I'm talking about specifically a hypothetical situation with a Chrissy O. There was a
okay.
panel. There was a panel with a woman named Chrissy O
He said,
that
leave it
she
out there.
had on. Yeah, she had on Sugar Britches. That wasn't your panel. That whole panel that I was talking about earlier was about
Fake news.
Soulfly. Yeah, no, it was Soulfly and a lady named Chrissy O. And I said, man, could you see yourself in a long term relationship with this woman? And my brother said no, and it's because of the way that she talks. She talks at a man. She don't talk
Mm-hmm.
to you. She talk at you. And in the way she was treating Pete Game, she was condescending. She was speaking like, she was so levels of above his intelligence. And to me, that's when you lose a man. It doesn't matter if a man, whatever he's at, he's valuable to you if he's a construction worker, plumber, no matter what. So the women that do that and beat a man down based on his level of education, I just think you're going to lose a man like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what Pete Gang was talking about. So I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was talking about
Okay.
Chrissy O.
Well, I feel like maybe not directly, but I guess that's what I took out of it. Like
No, no,
just
no. It
seeing
was. It
a
was.
different.
I was in a definite back and forth with her, so I was joking about.
Mm-hmm.
If we go back and I can play it, I'll go back and get the live, and I'll go back to that part because Chrissy O was going back and forth with Peep Game, and I said, man, the type of woman she is, a guy like me, I couldn't be in a relationship with her. I would find any reason to leave the house. I kind of remember the jokes that I
Yeah.
said. I
Yeah.
said I would find any reason to leave the house. And I would say, you don't want to know the answer to that. You don't want to know
Right,
the answer to
right. I
that.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Face,
Yeah,
And
face,
That
yeah.
so
that
face.
was
I was
hilarious.
speaking directly towards her. It wasn't
Right.
nothing with y'all. So
Kwame,
and
I don't.
it's a joke, but there's a lot of truth in that joke. And men may laugh at that joke and it may offend women, but you can make a man a cheater based on your behavior. And vice versa.
I
Men
think
can do
so.
the same thing. Men can say and break a woman down in a way where she'll feel so low that she'll just give her body to a man. So you got to be
Mm,
careful of how you're treating and what you're saying to people. But no, I
True,
definitely
true.
wasn't talking to you and the women on the panel.
My bad. See how things. See that's good that we got that out because maybe it's a hit dog hollering. I don't know.
No, 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 no.
I don't know.
It's just a
uh,
misunderstanding.
so
It's
how
still
did
a
that make you
misunderstanding.
feel, Monique? Because you came up here saying that we were putting you to sleep, and now your
Oh no,
narrative
I was
wasn't what
joking. I
you.
was joking. I was
I
joking.
know. I'm just saying now that the narrative wasn't what you thought it was. So did it trigger something inside of you to think what?
No,
Oh,
no, because I'm
oh.
used to him disagreeing with me. Like I come up
Mhm.
here a lot, and people will be like, "Oh, she's going to cry," and like I laugh at it and I take it in, and I. That's why I like watching this because
Mhm.
I'm not looking for an echo chamber. Like I'm not looking just to hear, "Oh yes, I agree with that." Oh,
No,
nice point.
I agree with like 95% of the stuff you say. It's just people are highlighting the 5% that I disagree with. And
Exactly.
that's what's wrong with people. That they always do that. They look for what Kwame may say he don't disagree with, even though I could agree. Like almost a lot of your talking points are almost the same. It's like you need to work, you need to challenge yourself. All of those things are true. And when you said you don't hang out with a lot of women, I usually get along with women like that because those women understands both sides of how a true nature of some women, a majority of women. So I agree with most of your stuff. So don't ever take offense that I
I
disagree
don't.
with some of it,
I
because you're
don't.
gonna disagree with some of the stuff I say too, and
I
I won't
do.
take offense to it.
I don't take offense at all. No, I don't. I like a little bit of the challenge. I like it's so hard to find dialogue that's back and forth because people don't want to push people and it's too much bull crap. I like, debating, or I like hearing a different side. I like stuff like that. So it don't bother
What,
me.
here's some pushback for you, Kwame. When you say
Okay.
that, you said that, a behavior of a woman can make a man cheat and vice versa. So I don't agree with that. Now, I do agree that you could be in a bad relationship that make you start to doubt if you want to be in that relationship and doubt if this person's for you. But my decision to go outside my relationship is a clear decision, right? So the thought that it will be my fault. I'm going to own things 100%, right? 100%. All my choices going to be mine. But if you make me responsible for you cheating, then I think that's a cop out to some degree.
It may be, but I think as a man, I know the power of the tongue. I know I can neglect a woman in a way, and I can say some things that can break her down that another man can come in and say and maybe catch her at a vulnerable state. So, just
Mhm.
me taking accountability for my words and my actions. If I'm just saying, I believe that that's possible. If
Right.
a woman say, "Hey, I was feeling this type of way because of the things you said to me and how you treated me," excuse me, I'm inclined to think that I would have to examine my behavior on that just to see if it aligns, because to me that could be possible. There's things that women can say to me that another woman may not say, and because of that experience and because of the way she treat me, I'm not blaming it on my woman or whatever woman wholeheartedly, but I do think you can share some of that burden by based on neglect and based on the treatment that you have on a person. Now the good
I
people
think
are gonna leave you first and then go get somebody some, but
mm-mm.
everybody else is gonna feel the pressure that night with that shot, and then things are gonna happen.
That's
Yeah, that shot you usually get it.
Emotions make you sad
Yeah,
sometimes.
that shot you usually get it.
Somebody said they would cheat then leave.
Yeah, they cheat, they figure it out. Well, he didn't talk to me like you talked to me. It's out.
All about emotions.
But I'm finna go, y'all. I'm gonna let somebody else come up. Thank you for y'all's time.
Okay, Monique, I'm gonna disagree with you on that right now.
All right, Kwame. I'm finna go cry. I'm finna go cry. I'm finna go in the chat. Bye, everybody.
All right, you have a blessed day.
You too.
Hey, y'all a trip up here today.
Penelope.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
Hello. Hey.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We hear you. We hear you.
There
Now we
we
don't.
go. I don't like what I'm seeing. I haven't liked what I've been seeing. I've been in disagreement with what's going on ever since the Wabbit court. I didn't like that either. Um, and the way that Queen Regina, I don't have a problem with Queen Regina, but some of the things that she does and the intimidation that she uses, like with her voice and things of that nature, because she's very theatric. And I can't take that away from her, and I'm not going to take that away from her. But for her to be my elder, um I think that she should be displaying a better image. That's what I think. I think that about the other lady as well. um the way they talk about sex and things of this nature on this platform and other platforms, I really don't like it, because like I said, they are our elders and they should be setting examples for us, and I don't see where that's being displayed. And generally, excuse my language, shit runs downhill. So if you have an elderly person that's displaying this for all to see, the ones underneath her are going to mimic that. And I think that's what's going on in our society, not just strictly with the things that's going on this panel, or I'm sorry, in this sector or whatever you call it. But I think this is something that's going on in the society too. Like, adults don't know really how to be an adult. And I'll speak for myself. I am 46 years old and I'm childish as hell. I'm very childish, you know what I mean? But I like to have fun. So I know this for myself, and I'll call myself out first to say that I am very childish. And how can I be the new adult if I'm childish as hell? So, yes, the things that we are seeing are not good examples. Mind you, I do display a good example for my children. But when I'm on social media, I'm going to act a fool. I'm going to cut the monkey because I like to have fun. That's my outlet. That's my escape from everything else, the wages of the world. But I agree. Like, we as women, we need to scratch each other's back, uh, stand behind each other more, give compliments more than we do. Negative feedback and things of that nature. And like I said, I don't have a problem with either of the ladies. um but I do think, and Kwame, you correct me if I'm wrong, I do think Kwame is a little biased. And I don't know what these women have on him, but he's so soft spoken to them that he won't, like, just say okay, enough is enough, and push them away, or put them in timeout, or whatever you're going to do with them. I think you take a lot before you just decide, okay, I'm gonna just break ties with it. Because, like, even
Yeah,
down
but
to
but you
after.
gotta understand something. I have to. I'm definitely not biased. I just understand that they look at me as a celebrity. If people are taking uh, state drunk to court, what do you think they'll do to a celebrity if they feel that I'm a celebrity? So
Well,
I just handle everything with a softer approach. But at the
hmm
end of the day, my silence say a lot more than what people give me credit for.
okay, I just feel like you're a little soft when it comes to the older ladies. I do. That's just my opinion,
Soft
and I
in
could
what
be
way?
wrong.
Like I'm not vocal about it, but
Right.
the day one that Sister T called Damn D a bitch ass nigga, right
hmm
away I said I don't agree with that.
Right. I remember you saying that, but what I mean when I say that you take a softer approach, that's just like Mom Boss Mayo. I think you take a softer approach. It's some of the things that she say in the chat, she shouldn't be your moderator, cuz she's biased. Like, she takes on, like, and she says little things, but again, this could be out of your vision. You may not be seeing it because the chat is moving so fast. And I feel the same way about sometimes about Queen Regina. People will tell you things, but you won't move on it, which is a good thing. I'm not doubt, shooting at your knees about that, which is a good thing to take, to use your own opinion, and don't always just jump as fast because somebody tells you something. But sometimes other people can see things that you can't see. And I'm not sure if you take notice to it, or if you just put it in your sack and just, take it out and use it when it's available or needed. But that's just the things that I see. And again, I'm not beating you up, or trying to harp on you, but these are just things that I see when I'm looking in the chat, or when I'm standing by looking, because I watch you faithfully every day that I can. I've been here ever since the We the People, when it first started. So I mean, like, I've always taken a liking to you because I like your style. I like the fact that you're a man that don't mind getting low in the mud. You don't mind getting dirty. You don't mind riding your tractor. And that's the type of man that my granddaddy was. So it's like, you show, as a man, you show us what a man is, and the things that men do and a man should do. But who are the women that we have to look up to? If you and I don't look up to you because you're a celebrity. I can care less about your money, and I can care less about any of that other stuff. I look up to you because you show me characteristics of a man, and a man that I would like to have. I ain't gonna even say that. I was finna say something that I shouldn't have been saying,
Go
and I ain't
ahead,
gonna say
say it,
that because
girl.
I
Go ahead
just
and say.
said I just said we need to stop doing that. But I was gonna say jump up and down on me like a trampoline. But I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna
Oh,
take it back.
what
I take it back.
happened?
But I'm
Wait a
just
minute.
saying, seriously,
Confession is good for the
like,
soul.
We,
Confession is good for the soul.
I done
but
left
I'm
the.
just saying, like, you give us a good image to see for men, but who are these women that you have surrounding you that are they giving us that same thing? Not saying that we supposed to be like using these people as models or people to fall in love with or anything like that, but if it's an image for us to look up to and try to mimic or try to set out to be, or if our sons watch or a young man watch, he can say, oh, I like Lovelace, I like the way she is, that's the type of woman I want to look for. Oh, I like Miss Lala Love, I like the way that she is or the way that she speaks or how she can carry a conversation, and that's the woman that I want to, that's what I'm saying. I think you need to surround yourself around with women that are strong like that. I know that you have a few around you, but they're not the ones that are in the limelight. Okay, I know my time up. I'm sorry, y'all.
But I think like this is my take on it. Like I think Lovelace asked a beautiful question, and I chimed in and I made a joke. Lovelace said, "Well, where do the other people go that can't go with us?" And I said, "Wherever Dr. Boyce want them at." And but all of these things that you're saying could be true. But me, I was taught you handle women with a soft approach and you let things be revealed to them by just showing their behaviors. I don't have to get disrespectful just to show their behavior. And I think with Queen, I do a lot behind the scenes of telling her, look, Queen, I think Ears to the Streets did a great job with you, allowing you to finally be able to get your opinions out with calming you down. She doesn't do a good job of expressing herself. And my thing is, you guys kept attaching them to me and making it bigger than what it really is. And I've been saying from day one what I am and what I represent. But at the same time, I do have a little bit of love lace mindset in me. That's why I kind of take the love lace. What do you do with these people that you're saying that just fall by the wayside? I believe if you bring them around a love lace, a Miss Love Love, yourself, Miss Penelope, Halima, maybe you guys can talk and get them to see a reflection in you guys that maybe a man can't get them to see. Are you saying that Queen Regina is so far gone that you wouldn't even willing to waste your time showing her anything?
I mean, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Okay.
I would have
You know what I
to
mean? Like, I'm not trying to be
Damn.
mean or
Ouch.
nothing. Don't take
say,
y'all don't laugh. I'm sorry.
mm-mm,
Don't
going
I'm
back.
I'm
sorry.
just saying, like,
Let's go
I
on mute.
don't know if you know, but I know like my grandma, my auntie, my older aunties and older people like that, like once they set in their ways, they set in their ways. I'm from the South, and most black women, once they get to a certain age, I myself included, we get set in our ways, and it ain't too much you can. I mean, unless you tickling me like Elmo, but I mean, like other than that, it's just like we. we not
You
gonna
funny as I don't know what. And
do
trust me, like, listen, behind the scenes, Queen Regina, you can have a different conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
She says she's acknowledging some of the things she does is wrong. She's just feels like and like you guys said, and I agree with some of the things y'all said, y'all don't feel like her behavior should be exempt because of what people are doing to her. And I think that's where she hasn't gotten the understanding that you can't say and do certain things just because somebody's doing something to you. She feels like because what's being done to me is being done, then she can do whatever. And I don't want to speak for her. That's why I want her to come up and speak for herself. And me as a man, I kind of sympathize and maybe a little too much, but I definitely hit her up behind the scenes. And even now, while we're on this computer, trying to respect her enough to get her up here to talk for herself. But I can acknowledge some of the things she's done is wrong. Hell, she's
Mhm.
already acknowledged some of the things she's did is wrong. But the
Okay.
connections that you guys place on me, Queen, and Sister T, you guys have helped perpetuate this connection far way too much. Because if you're a supporter of me and you listen to me, I've said I'm not connected to any groups. But because
Oh,
someone is like Queen Regina is not a moderator anymore, she
mhm.
doesn't she doesn't work on my channel. She tried to flag someone for me. It didn't go through. So the fact that everyone still connects her the same way they're doing JJ. Everyone tries to connect someone to me with the intensity of them taking away from me in some form or fashion. And it's the weirdest thing. But I said, for everybody to say that I really don't see and I really don't know, I kind of predicted everything that's going on right now.
Right. Facts.
Hey, but you still blind though. That's can't see.
I'm blind, but everything that's happening, I literally predicted everything that was going to happen. The
But you know what?
LGBT community attacked me.
Mhm.
I didn't know what women they were going to send at me, but I knew it was going to be women. And everything I said, the dudes that came down being groupies, and all are the dudes who did the most fronting and talking, which is State Drunk and this guy John. So it's like I told you, I don't get out and loud and do all that. I just sit back and let people show you who they are. But I'm never close enough to the fire to get burnt. For everybody that always say I'm connected to this person, that person, these people had to fly a drone over my house. They don't come to my house. They don't really associate with me like that.
Well,
It's not really like that.
Kwame, I'll say this, that people have attached other people to you, and that absolved Tilda and Regina from their actions, and they were able to run amok
I'm
for so
glad someone
long.
can finally, I'm glad someone can finally see the trick in what people do.
Right. They
They
they were they
attach
were able
people
to
to
run.
you and then they make you responsible for
Yes,
grown people.
yes. And they
And that is
are
the stupidest thing in
accountable
the
for
world.
their own actions. And that's why they were able to run rampant in these streets for so long, because everybody's saying, Kwame, 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 when we should have just been saying, no, Regina, it's you. Tilda, it's you. It's you. And some of us were, but we weren't, our voices weren't loud enough, or we weren't, on these panels like me. I wasn't on the panels, but I
Mm.
definitely saw that it was her and that it was Tilda, because what they were doing were opposite of your message.
That's
So
a teachable moment because the attachment is such a key piece. We
yeah.
as a community have to look at our own behavior and how we
Hmm.
attached certain people to Kwame and how we responded and reacted to that. Had we not have done that, maybe we wouldn't be in a situation now. So it's the masses of people who agree to these attachments and then hold. I mean, I don't know how many times I've had $1 for every time I heard someone say what KB should do. And
Right.
this, and I was like, that's to me, it's like ridiculous. He's a
Yeah,
grown man,
he can't control them. They
but
are grown.
it's
They older than him.
that's
There's
the
nothing he could do
attachment.
with them. He
But
couldn't do
that's the
nothing with
key.
them.
Exactly. It's the key. It's the attachment. We put these people to KB and then we hold them to the same standard to KB, and there's no relationship. There's just
And guess what? I'm glad you said the word standard because they put me at a standard that I can't live up on. I told you what they got folks doing, quote unquote, regular folks. They are living through celebrities, putting celebrities on pedestals that they themselves can't live up on. And
hmm
anybody who's attached to a celebrity, they take away from the celebrity based on the behaviors of the people, basically isolating the celebrity to one particular group. That's how they can control them. Celebrities can't hang nowhere. Where can they hang? Where can LeBron hang out at? He can only hang with other elite people. He can't
right.
just go to the corner store. He can't just be normal. He can't just go to a movie. You guys are trapping these people into situations where they can be controlled. That's why so many of them are on drugs, go crazy, and all this. That's why I keep saying it's better to be a bus because
And
I don't succumb to those rules. As much as people keep saying Kwame crazy, Kwame stupid, Kwame see through all that dumb shit. I don't care who you attach me to.
Wait,
right. So
wait,
You
Kwame,
know
in
what I mean?
addition,
wait. Say it again, Kwame.
Yeah, I don't care who you attach me to. I've been saying the whole time, and I don't think no one's listening. I'm in the world. I'm not of the world. I don't
right,
have to. That's why when people keep saying Kwame should do this, Kwame do that, Kwame can't see. How is what these people doing affecting me?
right.
If a bunch of people don't like somebody else that moderate on my page, so that becomes my message or whatever you were listening to me for. you no longer want to listen because of your dislike for that person,
I
you
don't think
prove
that's
my
it
point.
though. I think you're getting the wrong interpretation of it for some people. I can only speak for myself. I don't think because their bad behavior, and if I said it like that I misspoke. I don't think their bad behavior or their actions are a reflection of you
You have to
personally.
think of it that way. That's the only reason why you're telling me. I'm not her mother, or if I'm not her father. I'm not a
No,
principal. The only way that you could tell me about what a 50-something-year-old woman is doing, you have to be attaching me to her, and not only attaching me, giving me some sort of authority over her. Because
no,
you're thinking that I can get her to stop doing, or what would you want me to do about her behavior? She's a grown woman that I don't really know.
no. I didn't. No, that's not the way that we're going to be able to solve it. The way that we're going to be able to solve it is her. She's going to have to solve it. She's going to have to want to be the end all be all of it. She's going to have to want to take the animation out of it and come and speak for herself. Right now, you don't want us to attach her to you, but you're speaking for her. You know what I mean? So it's
I'm
kind of
not speaking
hard
for her.
not to,
How am I speaking for her? I'm speaking for me
because
right now.
you are in communication with her behind the scenes. She won't even come up and speak for herself. This is what I'm saying. Like, the only way that we're going to be able or resolve this and people get out the way that they feel is if they are able to verbally say this directly to her. Like, you know what I
No, no,
mean?
no, no.
Like,
I,
it's
I
not.
didn't, I didn't. Hold on. Let me respond to Damn D. I didn't miss that they attached themselves to me. Everybody said my name, but the cousin of the Busty. But I'm just a country boy with common sense. Everybody should have saw State Drunk, and there's people that say he was a part of a sneaker community before he got on YouTube. So how on God's green earth are they now believing that this guy is my cousin? It just lets me know that it's a lot of weirdo behavior going on. People just really want, what I think is that there's some people that's pulling strings that they know that what I was saying, that they can't refute what I'm actually saying, and they know how to control chaos and invoke emotions in Negroes.
Yeah,
So
it's a whole bait and switch.
that's all they did, because none of what I'm talking about in the beginning got anything to do with Queen Regina, anything to do with Sister T, or anyone they attached to me through meeting them on YouTube. My page and my brand was not started based on meeting people on YouTube. So how did it get flipped to all of these conversations is about people that I met on YouTube that has nothing to do with what I was saying initially. If you thought that you were listening to me for coding and trading, then why are you worried about some attachment of a moderator or a woman who came to a shoe drop? That, how did that take precedent over everything else that I'm saying out of my mouth? It doesn't make any sense. It's like people want this to be the biggest news. State drunk. I don't give a damn that a drunk dude. They did what they were supposed to do. People are not seeing that I'm smart enough to know what people do when they get around celebrities. I've said it on video. This ain't the first time this has happened to me. I'm like this in real life. I'm a nice guy until provoked in real life. This is what you see with me is what you actually get. I was the number one draft pick, and what niggas do to other niggas. And the reason why I say I have a PhD in niggas is because this is the lifestyle of a celebrity. You come and try to be around the common folk. No matter how nice you are, they want to take until there's nothing to take. And then when there's nothing to take, they attack. This is why celebrities don't come to the neighborhood. So while everybody's doing the business of trying to tell me what I'm doing wrong, I'm just trying to expose to you why nobody want to be around you. And instead of people seeing the lesson in what I'm trying to show, they're trying to tell me what I should be doing. When I can go back to being me at the lick of a at the drop of a dime. I don't have to be on YouTube.
Not one.
Despite what anybody is thinking, I don't have to be on YouTube. And I don't have to even talk on videos. At this point, all I would have to do is just upload videos at this point on both of my channels. So I don't have to do this.
So Kwame, basically what you're saying or what's happening is something
This
that
is a lesson.
unfortunately,
All of this has been a lesson. There was one guy who said what I was doing in the beginning. He said
right,
they're going to be able to study this page. You're watching a reality show, basically. I said this is all a game.
right,
The behavior is what we don't like to watch. You like to watch other people's behavior. Everybody's saying what Kwame needs to do while everybody else is running amok. Kwame's not showing up to people's houses. Kwame's not calling women bitches. Kwame's not behaving like these quote unquote regular people that claim to be good, that watch and talk about celebrities all day. Kwame's not behaving like that. So if we're all going off the merit of behavior and not celebrity and not who has the biggest bank account, look at the behavior of some of these people.
yeah, facts. And they've all attached themselves for you because they're getting something out of it. Just like Stephen A. attached himself to you because he got something out of it. It
Mm-hmm.
propelled his
And they're
career.
going to do it to your son.
That's my
Disney
problem.
attached themselves to every kid. They're going to control the NBA soon. Allegedly, I think I snapped. They get little poor boys from the inner city with no representation, no daddy. Mama sent them off because my mama didn't come with me to the league.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry, daddy was there.
Right.
Lonzo Ball or Lamar Ball, they daddy was there. I'm telling you, it's a game. And we are all caught up in ego and trying to be right about every damn thing. Everybody keep telling me what to do when I don't have to be here. I fed the whole YouTube, didn't do nothing to nobody. What did anybody learn from that? That if you stop bitching about who video it is and let everybody share the video, you share their video, you can have a whole sector eating without all this bullshit you got to do for a check.
Well, I
Right.
be damn.
They couldn't do it though. They couldn't do it.
Because the people who wasn't eating the way they want to eat, they do nigga shit what niggas do. Oh, now they
Yes.
have
They
everybody
got it.
watching one person. Well, Kwame should say something about Queen. Well, Kwame
Right.
should say something about this person. Oh, well, Carcino talked to Kwame. Well, Kwame should say something about Carcino. Or Carcino should say something about Kwame. And they drop those seeds in people's head. And then next thing you know, you see videos. I disagree with Kwame on this. I disagree with Kwame on that. It was
Okay,
all
well,
the
can I
truth.
tell you what you need to do then?
Ooh,
And then
uh-uh.
I'm ready to leave. Can you please put them boots on and put a brim on and go out there on that tractor and go talk to us out there one day again, please? Like we
Do
used to do in the old
Jesus.
days.
Oh yes. Give us a
Or
glass of
ride
Yeah,
us
ladies, what
around town with you or something like those were the fun days. Let's get
Get
away
off of
from
here,
this
you sexual
BS.
deviant.
Let's get us some
Use a
fun days
sexual
going on.
deviant. Use a sexual
Yeah, we
deviant.
definitely can do that, but I want everybody to stop listening to the detractors. If you notice one common denominator with everybody who so-called fall out with me, they start repeating things that the state drunk lead out with, Gilbert Arenas done led out with, or Tammy done led out with. And then when they fall out with me, honest, actually, and I don't even go where they go with me, then their talking points become the same thing that all the detractors been saying the whole time. Which if that's how you felt, keep it 100. That's how you felt. That's how you felt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one seem to be solid on YouTube. I don't come shake it with nobody. This how I am. You ain't gonna see me going to hang out with nobody else that got flawed character because I'm mad at you. That make you a duck.
So
Right.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. So this whole thing with Queen Regina is that everyone's I think the sister said that what Queen Regina, we can't solve the issue till we speak to her. No, we don't. We just have to accept this is where she is and not attach her to Kwame. You know? And
That's
I
it.
that's it. Instead of trying to hold her accountable, she's a grown ass woman. She says she's what she is and ain't gonna do. You can try to force her to do something. No one has control over anyone but themselves, right? So we stop trying to control Queen's or anyone else's behavior and see the attachment for what it is.
Yeah,
Detach
people
these
been trying
people
to
from
control me
Kwame.
my whole life
Yeah.
because I played basketball. People been trying to control my movements and my thoughts my whole life. I
Mm.
gave you my entertainment and my skills. I didn't give you my mind. I didn't give you my body. I
Well,
get
what
to
you
make
giving
my
us
own
now?
decision.
What you giving us now? Your mind or your intellect? Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us your intellect.
Well, I think
I
coming
was
up here
seriously.
that we kind of had an idea that we could get some resolve or we could not get some resolve. And I think I know for me, since I called your name, I um I had that resolve going in because I've seen her say, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. So I came up knowing that that's a big possibility that there would be no resolve. And my whole question was just why the behavior, why the aggressive men, why, why all of this stuff, what was going on that made her feel like she had to jump out the window and do what she's doing and attach herself to Kwame and kind of hide behind that. So we didn't get the resolve with her, and guess what, it's fine, it's not going to change
But
my life.
I did hear. I got to give a little bit of pushback. I
Hmm.
did hear after the thing went crazy, and I made her. I took her off my channel. I did hear her try to tell people, "I'm not a moderator. I'm just over in the chat." She tried to disassociate herself by saying, "I got my own channel. This is that." Now I do understand sometimes Queen come in here and she say certain things to people, and I've talked to her about that because I kind of want, especially on my main channel, to just leave all the drama off my channel, off especially off that channel, because that will stop the attachments. If people stop coming in that chat feeling like
Right.
they got to grind the axe with all of my moderators,
Right.
including Biz, JJ, and Queen, that's not even a moderator. If they stop coming in there to do that and just enjoy the content, would be great.
That's just so interesting because like everyone's who has an issue who wants to I think there is resolution available is that we can't hold a Queen Regina accountable and we can't force her to change her behavior whatever that you think it should be. I have no dog in this fight, right? I don't have an issue, but what I'm saying is a resolution is detaching all of these people from Kwame because I think that is the biggest issue. We all are contributing to that. Would you agree, Kwame?
I agree. And I've said like and my brother right here, he said it best. Quay B, one of the first things you said was you don't move, you like quicksand. Quicksand don't really do much. It just
Hmm.
it lets you sink yourself into a hole that
It
you cannot get
swallow
out
you
of.
up.
Right.
And that's just what it is. And with women nowadays, especially as a man, and I would tell all these dudes this, like you guys that are just YouTubers, that's one thing. But when you get out into the corporate world, like I've been in, the way you handle a woman, it better change. I know you might listen to women and get yourself gassed up and thinking, oh man, you talking right. That's how you talk to a woman. You get out into the corporate world and they see a video of you talking like that to a woman, you'll never work in the corporate world again.
Facts.
And so that's not the way you handle a woman. That's not soft. That's not whatever. Like I said, silence sometimes is a quiet storm. Sometimes being silent say a whole lot. And I've learned to adopt that message. I know when to talk, and I know when to shut the fuck up. And sometimes with a certain woman, with women, especially women that have expressed that they are going to call law enforcement and all the things of that nature, you got to handle them a whole lot differently. And I
Well,
think men are failing at that because sometimes you can be right, but you can be wrong. They're arguing with women as if they're women. A woman can get down in the mud with another woman and get there with her. But when men start doing that, that's when you're going to start taking away from yourself. And I just don't do that.
I got it. I
I
get
appreciate
it.
that.
I understand it. I want to say thank you for everybody for allowing me to talk. And I'm getting ready to go. I'll have a good night, eat something good, and be healthy and strong. And thank you, Kwame, again for all that you do and all the inspiration that you give.
All right. Salute to you.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you for this panel,
Bye.
Kwame. Thank you for allowing us to come up
Hmm.
and express ourselves and pick up gems and learn about each other, learn about ourselves, and just hear you speak organically, saying pretty much what you've been saying from the beginning. Well, pretty exactly what you've been saying from the beginning, that you're not in a group and
Hmm.
people attaching themselves to you is people attaching themselves to you. That's not you attaching yourself to people. So that's definitely something that we have to put in perspective in our dealings and moving forward, and just know that
And I want you ladies to understand something that's raising sons that could be in the limelight and get corporate money. When you get corporate money, they understand that it's a little bit different for us black males. And so the connections that people have always connected themselves to me. It be people that I don't know that say that they're my friends. I had a federal GBI investigation launched on me just because people from my neighborhood was saying, "Oh, he's my friend," and that, "Oh, he used to do this, he used to do that for me," and that's all it takes. So people are going to attach themselves to you because it benefits them, and so I understand that. When you are somebody with a name, you don't even have to be. This happened to street cats too. They get lied on all the time. It'd be a guy who got in one fight. By the time he get to the police, he done killed two people. And so the attachments are always going to happen. And if you got a son that's making it in this world, then you're going to have guys from the neighborhood attach themselves to him to take away from him. You're going to have women trying to attach themselves to him to take away from him. You're going to have people in the business world trying to use them and attach themselves to them. So be careful in choosing whether you want to be a celebrity or not, young men, because this is what it's like. I didn't ask for all these people to try to attach themselves to me, but they all wanted to attach themselves to me because they wanted something from me. Even though I was willingly giving it, I willingly letting them use my videos. Even that wasn't enough. So young men that think you want to be famous, you better make sure you want to be famous and recognize what come with it. And young ladies the same way. And the famous young ladies, it usually comes with a lot of sex.
yeah,
The who's who and the gatekeepers in the neighborhoods, all they want to have sex with you. So be very careful in thinking that your life is going to be better just because of notoriety and fame. Sometimes it can be the prison that you don't want. I didn't ask for everybody to be in my fucking business. All I wanted to do was play basketball. And I was doing it for a reason to get my mama somewhere. So that's why I don't feel like no celebrity because I wasn't playing this thing for what everybody else was playing it for. And that's the realest you can get with that. I'll be honest. I'm who I am and I say who I am. But it's other people that won't allow people to be who they are. They'll allow me to say that I'm a female if I say I got a wig and some flats in the trunk. But they won't allow you to just be a man no more. I got to be compared to other things that are made up called other celebrities. I got to be compared to other pics. I can't just be compared to a man and get to go my own way and do my own thing. If you notice, everybody try to tell celebrities what to do. It could be people that can't figure out how to pay their own goddamn bills, but they know how to tell a celebrity what to do.
that's facts. And even without the fame, I'm seeing even in circles and black families, I see people that aren't doing nothing with their lives attach themselves to someone that's working hard, going to school, getting things done, moving into their own place, and they like, well, you got it. You could help me out some. Why you ain't sharing? But they don't want to go out and get their own. They were willing to just take the crumbs off your table. So that comes in all walks of life. It's just more with the fame and the money. And I hate that they put people's business out there and say how much people's contract is. I wish they would stop doing that. But yeah. But again, thank you, Kwame. You've given me a lot for my son in Black Boy Magic and getting him t-shirts made and getting his name, solidified so his name can't be used, and just, talking to him differently, addressing him differently, interacting with him differently. So it's really helped our relationship and me relating to him as a young man and what is potentially coming his way. So I appreciate you for that.
And when he get where he's gonna uplift the whole family. And that's why they want you to not focus on your son. You know,
Yeah. Exactly.
Men have the hearts to give without asking. When you raise up a son the right way, you don't gotta ask him for nothing.
This is true.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's true.
He make every woman around him better. And so that's what we got to start focusing on these boys again, because boys will not only protect, but they will uplift. They'll uplift a woman with not a dollar in her pocket. And there's some women out there that do that as well, but boys, that's just in our nature. A woman don't. She could be scant. She can barely have anything, and a man will take her in. You see it all the time. Kanye West, Amber Rose. A woman can have almost nothing, and a man will take care of her, and then she'll become somebody with a voice.
Yeah, true.
So we gotta start paying attention to what men actually do for women. Most of these women that scream this independent talk, if you look at how they got so independent, it's usually by way of a man. And I know that's one that people might give pushback to, and that might be an ouchie moment. But
Wait,
Amber
say that. Say,
Rose,
say that again, Kwame. Say it a little bit slower.
Don't say,
mostly,
don't.
mostly, most of these women from the slut walk and Amber Rose and all of these women that do all this woman, 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 look at how they got there.
Ooh,
So you can't take away and destroy something that's going to help you get to where you're supposed to go anyway.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It,
Ouchie.
well, it's true. It's definitely true. So no one's really truly independent anyway. We're an ecosystem. We all share energy, and so no one's truly independent, regardless of what we may think.
Facts.
This is a great conversation. I'm taking so many gems, and my son is going to law school, and I know, I have a little bit of concerns. Who knows, what he'll face, but I know he'll face it with some honor, some integrity. But we have to do better by our sons, and just not your sons, but your nephews, like your male cousins. If we want if we want to create a tribe of men who are who are going to protect us and build for us, but we have to invest in the time, the energy, the nurturing, the money into the young men in our family, right? That just makes sense to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's no knock on no woman, because we already know there's powerful women out there. But what I'm saying is it's in our nature to help women. Like that's just what comes with us, man. And a lot of you women know that. That's why y'all hang. A lot of y'all hang with dudes.
Oh yeah.
Y'all have y'all best time hanging out with a dude. He ain't gonna
Oh
leave
yeah.
you for another woman. None of that. He gonna make sure you get home safe, because he know what men want. He knows that if his responsibility, if he leave you out there drunk, or if he leave you out there unattended, what could potentially happen to you. So he wouldn't take that responsibility lightly. But
Yes,
if I
definitely.
go out with a woman, I'm on guard. No. I'm making sure you get all the way home.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
gotta vet. That's a vetting process too. So,
Mhm.
ladies,
You gonna walk me home, Kwame?
I'm making sure you get all the way to the dope, because I'm telling you, it been other girls that then went with some of my teammates, some of my homies, and left friends behind that they were supposed to be tending to. So
Oh.
don't never think, oh, this my homegirl gonna have my back. Shit, if she bump into Nelly, or if she bump into somebody that might get her attention, you think she gonna leave that opportunity? No, she gone.
Mm. Ooh. Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's definitely something we've got to teach. And I've been talking to my daughter about watching behavior. And I don't care what color the girls are, she's having some girl issues. And what color the girls are, if their behavior is bad, get away from them. And one girl was caught on video snatching a girl half her size, snatching her, dragging her across the playground. And when I saw the video, the kids were sharing it, and I paid for my daughter's phone, so I have a right to go through it. So I'm going through her phone and I'm seeing this video, and I'm like, absolutely not. And I told her, this is not the behavior of a person that you want around you, because she was friends with that girl. What makes you think she's not going to snap and turn on you and then be trying to snatch you? But yeah, we definitely have to teach our daughters to watch and be aware of our surroundings, because girls are vicious. They will set you up to get R word, get jumped, get all
mhm.
kinds of stuff. Just like boys can get tricked off the street, so can girls.
And that's what we got to start teaching everybody. Like, and that's what scares me because I got daughters, and I don't want them to think that, oh, this girls club and we all together. Like no, some of the girls that you know from growing up is the girls club and all that, but it's not everybody. You know, you guys got to you guys compete for everything. You compete for men. You never know. Your homegirl could be plotting to take your man. So you got to be careful and be careful what you say.
It's also true. Like I have my niece, she has a friend who had a lot of trauma, unfortunately, a lot of sexual and physical trauma. And so she's already sexually active, and I'm just like, pull up on that because she could be envious of you for not being caught up in the things she's caught up in, right? Because so you just never really know, but there's a vetting process that your like your aunts and your mom, your grandmothers, like what happened to the sister circles and the women's circles and the rites of passage that we took our young girls through. My niece is like, they call her my mini me. I'm teaching her everything I know. I said, I paid my dues for the whole zip code. You don't have to go through what I went through. So that is my dedication, not only to my niece, but to any young woman coming up. We have to start sitting young girls down and educating them on the on life. And of course, the men have to, your father's going to give you game, your mother's not going to give you, right? Because they have a different perspective. They have the male side of it. But we do, as women, they have to see us coming together and having tea parties and just, you know, dance circles. Remember dance circles, African dance circles where the men
Right.
drummed, the girls danced. All those rituals were about empowering and sharing information,
Hmm.
Yeah.
tradition.
We still do that in the South. We get a little fire going and some
Oh,
music playing, and yes, yeah. White people do it, call it a bonfire. We just
right.
call it a
That,
cookout.
yeah, we still. This was great.
Yeah, thank you, ladies, man. I appreciate y'all for coming up. We need to do this more often because it allowed to me this was a better panel than a bunch of men speaking about Queen Regina, speaking about Sister T, because now they can't be offended in a way just because we're men. It was a bunch of women from all different walks of life saying how they wanted to be represented and not want to be represented. And I think it's going to take women. It's not going to take us men coming out here giving our opinion all the time. It's okay for us to say our opinion, but I think the world is geared towards receiving things from women. So I appreciate you women for being brave enough to say it because it can come with backlash for y'all too.
Ain't nobody scared of that backlash. Listen, let me say something.
Oh,
Let
but
me
we
say,
all don't got a voice like you. We all can switch voices like you.
let me say something. Let me say
I could go
yeah,
deep, but I'm not. I'm not going
no,
to.
No, not gonna be able to do it.
Lovelace is a nutcase. I'm starting to see this. Don't you get offended, Lovelace. I like your spirit though. You and Monique, I'm sorry that you thought that and I'm thinking back now because I gotta watch what I say. Because I was going in on Chrissy O and I did not want Monique to think I was talking about her in the other panel. So I apologize to you ladies. If y'all think I had y'all on the panel and was dissing y'all at the same time. I ain't like that. I ain't gonna do that now.
nah, I didn't think that.
No.
I didn't. No, I didn't think that. This was great, right? What I can we take a second or two, or if it's even necessary, to say,
Oh, wait a minute. Queen in the chat?
is
Come
she?
Yeah,
on, Queen,
she's
come
been,
up.
she's been in the chat.
Come on, baby, if that's you, yeah. If
Queen
you
is in the chat.
if you want,
I represent Queen and my bloodline. I don't know these people.
okay.
Okay. Well,
Well, whenever you're ready, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
you can't force her. Whenever she's ready. I believe that she should come up and talk about some of the questions that people had just about her, not what people did to her, but about her behavior back. Because some of the women brought up great points that I myself have agreed with, and I've said to her, like, you shouldn't go as hard. But Queen got that warrior spirit, but I think it's better coming from women.
I personally just say that I
You
don't.
talking about, I thought you was just that cold with it. Yeah,
I
but
personally don't think that we have to have a conversation with Queen.
okay.
I think the key here, the takeaway for me is that there is a resolution, is that there's an attachment, and if we withdraw the attachment, we free Kwame and we free her. We free anyone who's attached to Kwame,
Right.
right? I think that's the work that we all have to do. So
I don't think they want to free her. You know why? Because then it lessens the sting of the things that they're going to say about her, because they're going to be like, who's this Queen Regina woman? But if they attach her to me, if they keep her attachment towards me, then now people want to listen because they're like, oh, okay, that's Kwame such and such. When she's not even a moderator, she's not, she just comes in the chat just like everybody else.
yeah,
So
people don't want to let her go. Like
yeah,
there's a lot
so
of
just
people.
let go of the attachment,
Yeah,
and then you'll just be talking about a 50-something-year-old woman on YouTube.
which you're right. And so like I mean, I couldn't imagine coming on here every day and hearing the things they say about me. They were talking about me in that fashion. So we can let that go. Why can't we just let it all go?
And people are right. She attached herself, but now you
Hmm.
guys are keeping her attached. If you support me, you now hear Kwame saying she's not a moderator in my on my channel.
Right. She
She's
has
Queen
no
Regina.
power.
She has her own channel. Any smoke that you have for Queen, she probably ain't ducking no smoke. She don't want to talk on the panel, but she said what she said. So if you guys not attach her to me, anything she's saying going forward, and I think for a long time, she's been taking on the chin on her own. She's been defending her actions. She knows what she's doing. She don't think she's wrong.
Yeah. And I got my answers today, and I'm good because everything I needed to know and hear and didn't hear, I got that today. So I
Mhm.
got my resolve. I mean, I still don't like the behavior, but hey, there's a lot of people's behaviors that I don't like, but it is what it is basically because I've got my answers.
And it's crazy that I knew how they come at everybody, because I just seen this play out so many times. People come out, start talking the truth, then there's going to be a beast swarm of people coming around. You don't know who these people are. You don't know what they've done. And then as soon as they get a picture with you with somebody, oh, you attached to this person. Oh, you said something to this person. Oh, this person got your number, but I don't really know that person. Oh, but they your best friend now. Oh, and it's like it be your detractors talking the loudest, creating these narratives, and then people end up going with it. And it's the age old thing. If you say the same thing over and over again, it catches on as the truth. So that's what they do. But Queen Regina is her. She's been on this earth a decade before I was born, so she can take responsibility for the things that she's saying. She's not a moderator on my channel. I agree with some of the stuff that she say, but a lot of the arguing back and forth with men, I don't think it's no place for that. But the stuff that men are doing, you can't defend that.
Right.
So maybe she should focus on the men that is causing her all this grief. But you can't defend the stuff that some of these men have been doing to her.
No, you
No,
can't.
not at all.
D Hart say they manifest bullshit for real, for real. Yeah, I mean, and that's what they designed to do. They got everybody in an uproar about what I should be saying about this person, that person. So then they had people start walking away. You had people in other countries, and people still watch, but you had people religiously in other countries watching my show every day. And then I stopped wanting to even come on here because every day it's a new drama that the detractors have come up with to stop what I'm doing. Hey, Kwame letting such and such talk about him. And I just never understood why Sister T, if she agreed with my message, and I'm saying, hey, what did Damn D do? Why would you talk to him like that? Because that was the start of it. Why didn't Kwame say something about Damn D and Sister T? Because with the Queen Regina thing, I went on ahead and disassociated myself from the state drunk, and that was done. But when the whole Sister T and Damn D situation, it's like one thing led to another. Then Gravity say something, and this person say something, and everybody's looking to me as some cult leader when I'm not. I've said from day one, you're your own individual person.
Exactly.
Make a decision, be wrong about it, stand on it. Hell, I'm wrong about some of my decisions. So how am I going to control other people's decisions when I'm wrong sometimes?
The chat is undefeated. They will do it. It's like we want a peaceful
Yeah,
resolve.
hold on, not to cut you off, Lovelace, but listen what Miss Alexandria said. Damn D go overboard. He may have gone overboard, but if you respect Damn D as an individual, and this is what's wrong with people nowadays, we don't respect people as individuals and take them for what they say. Damn D said 3 times, "Leave me alone. I'm not the one.
Right.
Leave me alone. I'm not the one." And you probably should have listened.
And if you disrespect him,
Yeah.
you can't decide how he reacts.
Say
You
it.
don't get to decide that.
Say it again, please.
When you disrespect somebody, you don't get to decide
Look
their
at this one, y'all.
reaction.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Wait, so fly hit the link.
Look at that one.
Why are you talking about you instead of the women's issue?
She want to talk about my penis some more, like she was
Oh
doing
my
last night.
gosh,
Like,
lady.
Lord, that's all she want to talk about.
All right, so let's do this, right? Since the message is highlighted, if it's all right. So fly, this is Lovelace. I'd like for you to stop doing that. It's a disgusting way to get whatever point or whatever message you have or are trying to give. Doing it like you're doing it, or us hearing, me hearing how you're doing it, it's a disgusting behavior. I don't find it funny. I don't think it's womanlike to get up on a stranger's panel and talk about another man's private penis, whatever. I'm 49. I still get a little timid about being on a public platform, just speaking reckless. It's like we have no decorum. And so, Fly, if you don't want to hit the link and come join the ladies in the conversation,
But
then
she educated though. She educated.
she can be educated, right? But stop the foolishness, because that's one of the things that we're talking about in the chat. Detractors, distractions. It's like a lot of people just want to keep us distracted. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't have fun because it's BS over here. We can't talk real because here comes the BS from over there. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like a lot of people go out of their way.
Oh hell no. I'm sorry, Lovelace. I'm sorry.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right.
He ain't right, man. That man, we ought to lock him up. I'm for to call the police right now. I'm sorry.
Somebody
I'm the
time him
citizen
out.
of the United States. You just committed a hate
Let me
crime.
go back in the
This
chat.
was citizen arrest right here.
Don't worry about it. I got him.
Oh shit, here she go.
Come on here. Come on over this way. Come on. We're gonna put all this bad behavior in a corner. Come on now.
Hey, now y'all done heard what Queen Regina said. Now don't blame this shit on me. Queen Regina is speaking for herself. For everybody who thinks I'm speaking for Queen Regina, Queen Regina heard everything I said, heard everything y'all said. Queen is not changing one thing for strangers. He can go make 5,000 videos and put all the wigs and lipstick he wants to. So Queen is not changing, y'all.
No.
So don't blame me for nothing.
And you know, a lot of times self-care is ignoring the bad behavior because it's not going to change. So why get us ourselves all worked up over it? You see, it's not going to change. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she's doing, how she's moving. So let her do her thing and we can just ignore. And sometimes that's the worst thing because people want that attention, whether it's negative or not. They want a whole lot of attention. We see with Sister T, they want attention. And to me, their behaviors are the same. So let them do their thing. Let them go on about their way and jump out the window and do whatever they're going to do. Maybe they'll get back together. Who knows?
Is Selflight still in the chat? I don't see.
Yeah, she here. She'll say something and then she'll dip out.
Well, the
But
thing
she
is, the
definitely here.
ironic thing is, what's ironic is that they keep talking about your private part, and that is ashy. Again, you know, if a man were to speak to a woman like that, she would be appalled.
Come on.
Right? She would be disgusted.
Right.
Now, when you sit on a panel and criticize and attack a man, you're invested in this, right? Because you do it on a consistent basis. When you came on the panel like last week or so, you were on the panel and I posted respectfully, if you You could use some of the time you are on these panels to focus on your health and losing weight and getting in shape, right? Which I felt like it was coming from a place of love. But if we had this whole panel right now, we could be talking about you in the same way you talk about Kwame, about your ashiness and your private parts and what it must, I'm not gonna go into the graphics. You guys can pick up what I'm putting down. It wouldn't feel good to you.
Mm-hmm.
So for the life of me, I don't understand why why you can't get the fact that Kwame's a human being, right? Just like you. You don't want us talking about your private parts, God forbid, right? So why in the hell are you on another panel talking about a grown man's private parts that you've never seen, never touched? It's just like crazy to me.
And it's not funny, right? So what I've noticed, right, and we're going over the time, Kwame. It's like 9:30. I just wanted to give you a heads up if you didn't notice, because I know we said from 7 to 9, and that's another thing we need to respect is the time limit for everybody, right? But one thing I wanted to say too is that some jokes, they're not funny. Discussing anybody's undergarment, in my opinion, as a woman, it's not funny. What I've learned is that people have different takes on what's funny and what's too far and all that other
Right.
stuff. Where I draw the boundary is, if you don't want it done to you and you feel hurt by it, then don't do it to somebody else. Joking is one thing, disrespecting somebody is something else. And her joke and whomever else joke that's doing, it's not funny. Y'all might think it's funny. Whoever they think, it's not funny. Because like Halima said, if we were as women to do it to you, you wouldn't like it. I don't understand why that message is not just as simple and plain. We are adults out here making fun, roasting, joking, disrespectfully, disrespectfully roasting, joking, whatever that crap is. It's not funny. But when it's done to you, women, and I'm speaking to y'all respectfully as I can, whenever it's done to you, we laughing at women getting it done to them. But I'm also saying, women, when it's your turn, it ain't so funny, is it? It don't feel so good, do it? But we'll he and we'll giggle and we'll say, some of us will say, about features on men and things like that. Like, shout out to Damn D, and shout out to all the men that are having to protect themselves. Kwame, anybody else, any other man that's out there having to ball his fist up but not act or hold his tongue because we're women. I apologize, men. I apologize that you have to go through that. Just as a woman representing, some women, because I don't represent them all. I take kind to myself, but I'm not going to go out on the street and say, Halima's my girl, and then do some old reckless stuff and say, what's up, Halima? She going to be like, what would you say, Halima?
What the hell?
That part. Yeah, yeah. Miss Love, what would you say?
Absolutely. I came in saying that same thing. I don't like the behavior of women aggressing men and then crying victim when men give them that same energy. So
Right.
I say the bad behavior, it has to stop, because we cannot defend you if you are going out doing these things to men. And I know she may want people to defend her. Oh, Kwame's picking on me. He put my picture up with the big purple curtain, and like, okay, so
But
but what did you say about him?
yeah, but that's the picture you posted. I said that to Miss Sofly when she came up. You posted that picture, right? He
Yep.
didn't go searching for it. He didn't go searching for pictures to make you look a certain way. You posted that picture. You came up on the panel. So what? I understand you didn't like it in a. You know what? I understand. Y'all make a beautiful couple. Let's do this, right? This is a beautiful couple, right? He got a nice little yellow shirt. She got
But
her.
but you know what, Lovelace? Being a black woman is a beautiful thing, and I just
Yeah,
don't agree with women using it as a weapon. You know,
Yes.
I just don't like that. I'm a black woman. I hate hearing that. That pisses me off so bad. It's so annoying. So what? Your behavior should still not be tolerated. I don't care if you're polka dotted with pink highlights. Stop it.
Woo! Say that, sister. Say it. See, that's why we need women saying this, men. See, men, this is why y'all not that smart. You would get canceled for saying the statement Miss Lava Love said. And see, a lot of women won't tell y'all this. I will get canceled saying the exact same thing she just said. She
Facts.
won't be canceled. You go, sister.
Facts.
That's real, Kwame. It's real. It gets under my nerves so bad. And I have family members that do that, and I just can't stand it. And they call me Sister Soldier because of it, but I can't stand it because we would not want a man. I mean, that's where all this I am woman, hear me roar come from, because we don't want to hear men, grabbing us by our hair and telling us what to cook and when to have sex and all this other stuff. So shut your mouth, because we don't want to hear your mouth either.
That
Stop coming in here with all that mouth.
My
oh,
mouth. But my son said something to me. It was recently, and we have these discussions a lot, and he was saying, he said black women won't wake up. He said black women, if anyone's going to do, it's going to be black women to reunite black men and black women. He said, but my fear is that black women won't see it until it's too late. And I had to really think about that. Like
man,
we don't really see how we're being manipulated, how we're being programmed to distrust, dislike, manipulate each other, try to control each other. We don't really see it,
get
you
back.
know. Yeah, so
No, Halima, I'm listening to you. No, you don't. You finish what you're saying because you
no,
were great.
I'm yeah, that's it. We don't see what's happening to our community. We don't see that there's an agenda behind this division. We don't really see it. Well, this is his opinion that we may not see it until it's too late.
That's a true fact from the mouth of babes.
Yeah,
I say that all the time from the mouth of babes. The children, will tell us. And my sons earlier they said, "So, mom, why are you going up and doing this ladies panel? You said what you said. What time do you start repeating yourself?" And
right.
it's not really about me repeating myself. It's just about connecting with the other women and saying, "Hey, man, what is that? What's that right now? You got a little knot on your head." Kwame, go ahead. I told y'all Kwame be with the shits. Y'all see us up here talking. Get them pictures from up here.
I just wanted to say this nigga look high as a motherfucker. I don't know what this nigga smoking.
My
But
son
boy, he need to calm down.
my son said, "What kind of shirt is that? Like a ex Gordon Gartrell? What is that?"
Oh no, you should have put his picture between us.
With the shits.
That nigga, I kept Chrissy O out of it, but he looked high as
No,
Nah, put it on.
it's
ooh,
like we all together. I don't like this.
Get out of here.
ooh.
Yeah,
Move.
he too close. He too close. I can't. Mm-mm.
Okay, hold on. Let me change
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you have
Let's
to
see.
change this
Let's see
picture.
if y'all like this one.
Yeah,
And
let
listen,
him be. Let
now
him be
we have
next to hugged up to Yellowstone.
and,
Yeah. He.
and
Okay, I got
now
you.
we have started joking everybody. Because somebody gonna be like, "Oh, I thought they was having a serious battle." No,
Woo.
Now we done had a serious
yeah,
panel. We just
that part.
closing it out with a little bit of laughter because we can't be too serious. I've been telling y'all we can't be too serious. Life
We
is
really
stressful.
No, but why the super contrast between his Santa hat and her Santa hat? He should have been a gentleman and took the dingy one and let her have the new one.
come on.
That's
You
cold.
know what?
That's
For that,
cold.
I'm gonna show you the most beautiful baby you ever seen in your life.
Uh-oh.
Uh-uh.
Ooh. Do, 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 do. Oh.
What noise was that?
That was baby talk. That's
Y'all a
my baby
mess.
talk.
Y'all a
Now,
Ooh.
yeah, ask y'all this.
you.
What is this right here? Is
Mm.
that normal how
Ooh.
everything look without the hair?
Ooh. Ooh. That's an extended forehead.
Now she called y'all women ugly, dumb B words.
Of
I'm
course
just
Me.
she
trying
do.
to figure out
Of
why would
course.
she talk about women like that?
Because she looked like that, Kwame. That's why. Because if
I
she's
just think
talking
that's
about
so
us,
rude.
then nobody is looking at her. They looking at us because that's who she's talking about.
I'm already a nice guy, but if I look like this, I would be really nice. I
I would
would
be
not be
super
talking about other
nice,
women.
I'll be the most
super
humblest woman on the
friendly,
planet.
humble, doing charity work. What?
And
Man.
I'm gonna follow up with this, right? Like I always say, when you look in the mirror, when you look in the mirror and you can call another human or another woman out her name, you don't know her, but you
Mm-hmm.
want to look at her, right? Now go back home or where rearview mirror, purse, pull out your little mirror in your purse or whatever. Look in the mirror and say that same stuff to yourself.
Oh
But
well, she ain't gonna say it till she get like this though. When she get like this, she thinks she bad.
that's fine too. But she has to go through the transformation to get there. You got to tie that down. You got to braid that down. You got to attach it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying about the disrespectful behavior, the disrespectful talk, the little, we're going to group up with other women and call other women out their name. You all go on that want to do that. Look in the mirror when you get settled and you say those same things. You're a B word. You're
That's even worse.
ugly. You ain't got no sense. You do this. You do that. Say it to yourself. Say it to yourself first. Because now when it's joke time and now when it's funny time, it don't feel so good, do it?
And how y'all feel about this? She called Carcino fat and
Yeah,
unattractive.
I couldn't. I
Oh,
couldn't.
which one? Which one? Oh, she did.
Right
Yes.
here, purple curtain.
Yeah.
She called Carcino fat and unattractive.
Mm.
Whoo.
I
I
don't like
mean,
it.
humility goes a long way.
Yeah.
Humility goes a long way. That's
Yeah.
why I'll just leave it there.
In my opinion, right? That's her choice to say that, right? As distasteful as it was, I recognize that it's her choice to say that. Now, is there any truth to it? No, not in my opinion. I think Carcino is a nice looking man. I do. And it's not my job to know
Hey,
if he
she a nice looking man. Never mind. What you about to say?
hello.
My throat started hurting. Let
Yeah,
me let me get off here before I get
yeah,
myself in trouble messing with y'all
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
man. Y'all trying to get me in trouble. I done been studying these herbs and I can't see straight. And I just
Darling,
need to
darling,
go to sleep. We done went
baby.
past the time. Look at the time. Look at the time.
look
They
at
talk about
Sweet
say
and
it, KB.
tender
Nuh-uh.
love.
Uh-uh. I think we're gonna leave it to where we build at. Halima and Lovelace and Miss La La Love. I want y'all to take us out and shout anybody out y'all want to shout out, a page y'all want to shout out, anything. And then we getting off this thing because yeah,
I want
can't
to
do
shout out the men and the women that have been respectful, have been courteous, have been uplifting, have been inspiring each other, who's been sharing gems and biz with the business and the money, and just everybody that's doing positive things and constantly, I'm seeing people, hey sis, you look pretty, you this, you this, just uplifting and not being afraid to tell someone that they got it going on. And I just love that. I love that sense of community. And I just want to shout out all of those people. And I can't call you all by name because it's too many, but you know who you are. And I'll just say much love to all y'all.
Alrighty, I want to shout out to the chat. We have the latest chat on YouTube. So all of you guys, all the men who are very supportive and always bigging up the women in the chat. Thank you guys. I want to shout out Ears to the Street TV 2.0. I want to shout out Mob Only Cut. Is it Mob Only Mob Uncut? Only Uncut? Yes,
yeah.
Mob.
Mhm.
um, and I want to shout out to all the men who are soft, like who has a wisdom that women need a different type of care. So I want to shout out to Kwame for being an example. In this midst of all this, elevated crap, you are the calm in the storm. So I want to shout you out as well.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Kwame react to Adam 22. What? Pedophile
Uh,
shit. He got some pedophile something going on?
oh, quick question, KB.
I'm gonna
Would you
look
like
that
to
up.
Would you like to interview Iyanla Van Zant? Would you
Yeah.
be open to that?
Oh, I would love to. Heck yeah, Lovely. Go ahead and say it, Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't. That woman, she
You
been
would?
taking attacks for men her whole life. She been standing up for men. So, absolute, that would be an honor.
Okay, so I'll see what I can do, and I'll email you if I can get that.
Don't you
Get
make
him
me
on.
let you put me in a sleeper hold.
Such a blessing. Such a
Put your mouth over this hole.
don't
Oh
put your mouth on the
Oh
hole.
yeah, we gotta do that.
Blech, blech. I could think about it. Something crawl out that hole. I'm run- I'm running.
Oh Lord.
If something crawl out that hole, it's the dirt. You know, everything is in the dirt, right? Everything is in the dirt. If something crawl out that hole, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna. Oh Lord. I was like, put some plastic.
I hope it ain't no bugs like Halima standing like she ain't got nothing coming out no hole. Never mind. Shut up.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Shut up, Carmen. Shut up. We gonna
Eat.
end the live now. Thank you. Thank all of you ladies. Oh, we got
Out.
smoke.
Shout out.
They hating on the wrench. I don't know. I gotta figure out this whole wrench situation. I
Yeah,
gotta
Thank you,
contact
Mark.
give
YouTube.
True Essence her wrench. Shout
I
out to
gotta
Yes,
True
contact
Essence.
true.
YouTube
Shout out to
because I
True
don't know what's going on.
Essence,
Give her wrench. Give
I'm
Vicky,
trying.
her wrench. I got you, True Essence. Give her wrench.
I'm gonna
JJ.
contact YouTube tomorrow to figure out what I could do about this situation.
Thank you, sir.
I definitely appreciate all of you guys, not guys, all of you ladies, you
What
beautiful
guys?
women. Oh Lord.
Yeah, you welcome, big dog. Anytime. We're gonna hold it down in here, KB. We're gonna get these women in order. You know what I'm talking about, dog?
There's 101. Shout out to the mods
Yeah.
in the chat. Yes, yes.
All the
Yes,
beautiful
salute
women
to
and
all
men,
of our
the
moderators.
mods.
Y'all got the hardest job on
D
YouTube, bro.
Hort,
Lord.
JJ
Man.
London, Vicky Lacey. Who else?
Ladies.
True Essence, JJ London, Faith Keeper,
Yep. And shout out
Yes.
to Damn DPOV. We
Biz,
ain't shout
Jam
them out.
D,
Y'all
Yes,
know.
yes,
ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Earth Day Venice
Carcino.
for showing up.
Yo,
Earth Day
Carcino,
showed up.
Ticket
Takara.
TV,
yo thoughts.
It's just Jim's.
Shout out to your thoughts.
Not Your
Yo
Damn
thoughts.
Business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
This is
Thank
definitely
you,
yeah.
appreciate you
Kwame.
guys. Well, you ladies.
Can I
All
get
right, Kwame. Have a
I
good
didn't get a
night.
chance to get my shout out. I didn't
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead. I'm sorry. My
well,
bad.
you
My bad.
always talking, Lovelace.
oh,
Damn.
but I ain't talking about your mouth.
Hey,
Yo
y'all
thoughts.
still
Yo
beefing on the
thoughts.
low.
Shout out to
Y'all
Yo
still
thoughts.
beefing.
Yes. Ticket TV. Yes.
I love it.
Go ahead, Lovelace. Go
and I,
ahead with your beautiful voice. Go
listen,
ahead, girl.
well, I welcome any pushback. I do, sisters. I welcome any pushback because the only way I can learn better about me if another person says, you know what, I see this or I see that, and then let's have a conversation. I welcome it. I don't worry about, I love it. I love when we get up here and joke and laugh, and all that good stuff. Shout out to the what is it? Wait a minute. I was smoking. Hold on one second. I don't feel shots.
God.
I don't have
And
one.
I apologize.
And I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I was thinking, and then the
But
people
on
that
a
gotta
real note, listen, on a
the
real
people.
note, I want to shout out all you ladies because this is the example that I wanted everybody to see that you guys can come together and have conversations without even the young lady, Miss Penelope, that came up here,
Yes.
and Monique that came up here. Even Monique did it in a way she thought I dissed her, but she didn't come up here with no BS nigga and da da da. She didn't come up cursing me out, nothing like that. She came up here, she stated what she felt, and we had a conversation. So shout out to you ladies for just being able to have a conversation to where we can talk and not tear each other down. So, and I hope Queen Regina don't take it as you guys trying to tear her down. I think for a long time, you guys just wanted to call out behavior. If I'm the guy who's saying we call out behavior, then you guys are definitely going to want me to call it down the middle and call out behaviors of everybody and not just some people. So I just like the fact that it was women that did it. So now, everybody's on an even playing field, and you can't use a woman being a woman as a way to tear down. You got to be able to deal with what these women have said. So I appreciate you women for coming up here and being honest. And shout out to Monique. for not cussing me out, because everybody who seemed to disagree with me or think that I said something against them, they normally just go straight to cussing me out. So thank you, Monique.
Thank you, honey. We appreciate you, brother.
You
Stay.
could have built. You missed a good opportunity to build your channel, girl. She was supposed to come up here guns blazing and then record it, put it on her channel, and then she would have had like 400 people in her channel tomorrow.
Still,
That's what they normally do to me.
still giving out gems.
Yeah, I was just telling her next time, get your stuff popping, man. Call me a bitch ass nigga or two.
No.
Oh no, don't do that.
Please.
That's
Nah, she seemed to be a genuine person. She don't seem to be like that.
absolutely. Shout out.
But I appreciate the fact that, like I said, she pulled up. She said what I could respect that.
That
If
part.
she thought what she thought, she pulled up. She said it. But even when she said it in a way where she allowed me to even speak and have a conversation with her. And most people, when they think something like that, they don't do that. They just come up guns blazing. So
I just want to shout out Lovelace for being amazing.
Oh God.
oh my goodness.
Shout out to
Now see, I
Love.
gotta hurry up and
Shout
get
out.
you off this panel,
Yeah,
Lovelace,
let me
for
go give my
Mama
panda a bath.
Love go off on you for real.
I'm
We
gonna
gotta
give my
have to end this.
panda a bath, okay?
This my
After
love
that.
go off on you for real.
Look, I'm gonna go give my panda a bath on that one.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. You got a panda? Wow. Good night.
Y'all crazy,
That's
man. Hey, I'm glad too, cause my computer finna go quiet because I don't got no charger. So y'all have a blessed night. I'm finna get
All
up
right.
out of this thing. I'll
Bye.
talk
Good
to y'all
night,
later.
everyone.
down. Peace, chat.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Thanks to all of these ladies that came up. I'm telling you, this panel couldn't have happened without y'all. Y'all did an amazing job. This computer going dead. Salute to Carcino for life. I think we said Damn D, Ticket TV, One Crack News. It's just Jim's Eye View, the political kryptonite. Angela Stanton in the Ag Show, Miss Spitting Fire. If I missed you, Kwame Brown, greatest fans. If I miss you, I apologize. Ears to the Street 2.0. I think we said that too. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. This is a beautiful chat. We're going to keep on rocking. No more attachments. Anybody that you think you have a problem with, I know them. They're associated with me. I still respect some of the stuff that Queen Regina has brought to the table. Some of the behaviors, she actually got called out about it. She can now do what she wants to do with that information, or she could do nothing with it. And that's her responsibility as an adult. So, hey, it is what it is, but I appreciate y'all. I'm gone.